One.
We are live. Howdy, folks. We're doing another late night live stream with Mr. Boba Blackfly.
Hi.
How's life? I'm. We had a bit of a chat previous. Sorry, it was. It will be lost to time, sadly.
It was funny though. It was very funny.
It was very funny. He was.
I think that most people think that we're funny if they could hear that at least. I know it was funny. I'll keep it stored in my brain.
Yeah, well, I just honestly like. Honestly, you castigating me will always be entertaining, even if I'm like, "Oh yeah, that was a mistake."
Even in private, he's like, "I know." I'm like, "Well, you did this, you did that, and you did this," and he's like, "I know, I'm sorry," and I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Why are you so?" Anyway, we'll do it live one day, right? It'll be.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I kind of want to see. I kind of want to do the eventually I kind of want to do the one where Stannis wins and Ned shacks up with a lady who, like, where he asks, "Are you my mom?"
Oh god, yeah. I feel like we should do a live script read one day where, like, I don't even know what's gonna happen, and I'll read through it and go there to be like, actually, I wanted you to read it like this Disney character from this 1940s Disney cartoon that I love, and I'm like, no. I'm not gonna read it like that.
I don't know if we've done I've done Disney. It's more been like just random. I know I originally had the. Have you seen the 90s Odyssey miniseries?
The 90s Odyssey miniseries. I don't know. Maybe not. It does not sound familiar, but like if you show it to me, maybe I'll be like, oh yes, this.
Let me. So it's got Bernadette Peters as well. I don't. How familiar are you with the Odyssey?
I know the Odyssey.
Okay.
You ever seen what's that? The Coen Brothers movie, Brother, Where Art
Thou? Yeah. I love that movie.
Yeah. Also, like the old like Harryhausen movies, like I love those, and I also have read the Odyssey. I should probably have started with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got Bernadette Peters as Cersei and Vanessa Williams as Calypso.
Okay. Interesting.
Let me kind of like there's I think maybe like part 2 has kind of the more I guess interesting sort of like visuals. I guess like the main one I can think of that's kind of weird is Scylla.
This is from 1992.
Yeah, I think so. Let me.
It looks good. It looks 97. It says. I mean, still, that's. Yeah. I mean, also 97. The Mummy came out that year too. So.
Yeah.
Let's be real here, guys. The Mummy rules. The Mummy is.
Oh yeah, The Mummy is awesome.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. How's it going, fellas? I mean, ladies. All right. That's terrible. I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the CGI compositing.
I've never seen this. No, I've never seen this.
Yeah, I was just wondering because I
thought you said it was animated. You didn't say that. I think I just made that up in my head. I pictured it being like a cool animated movie.
Yeah, no, I don't. To my knowledge, there's only one animated Odyssey movie, and it was by Hanna-Barbera, I think it was, or some kind of subsidiary of Hanna-Barbera. At least I think. I can't remember who made it.
Oh.
But it's like super short. It's only like 45 minutes long. But this one's like a 3-hour miniseries. It's got some decent.
3-hour miniseries? What the fuck? What is it, like 25-minute episodes? They're like, there's 8 of them. They're all short as fuck.
Well, it's kind of just in the vein of like something like the old Merlin miniseries where you have where you got half hour and a half first part, hour and a half second part.
Oh, like a British television show.
Yeah, kind of. And I
Don't
just
you wish
pulled
that we
the
just lived by British rule forever? Stupid America having to break things up into 25-minute chunks.
for 45-minute
We
chunks.
love KFC and we love 25-minute episodes of whatever the fuck we're watching and commercial breaks so we can piss and shit ourselves or whatever.
Yeah, but that's kind of I was kind of like, ooh, like after you know that the monologue that Artorias gives where you tried to destroy my world. That I pulled that from this miniseries because I'm like, that's a
Yeah,
that's
cool.
a and I was like, ooh. Before you kind of
You're
affect,
also good at you're good at pulling things where I don't immediately like track it. Whereas like Quaid will just inject like a full monologue from I'm like, what the heck? This is from a thing that I'm very, very familiar with.
yeah, I'll pull obscure things. Like I actually threw a castle reference into,
A
um,
cat like the show Castle?
yeah,
Starring the Green Lantern or what's his
yeah,
name? Yeah.
Nathan
Okay.
Fillion, yeah, yeah. The lines, the original line was, "This tastes like a monkey peed in battery acid,"
Right.
and I just threw it into this one. It's like, you know what? You could just say it tastes like a monkey pissed in acid.
Is that what I said? I don't know what did I say?
No, notice what he's going to. No, that's what the line is in the script.
Is it in but it in the script is that a script that's already been recorded or is that coming out?
It's coming out. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah.
What you should write instead, you should say it tastes like a monkey piston and then just give me a note being like in whatever you say. And then see what I come up with because might come up with something wild that you never thought of, right?
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. Instead of saying acid, because acid is like what is that? What is acid? Everything's acid.
Yeah,
If you put enough of anything on you, it becomes acidic. I think that's the rule
yeah,
of science, isn't it?
yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I should probably. Yeah, I could probably say like just think of something medieval and disgusting.
If you let me improv some lines, you'll get some wild stuff out of me.
Okay, okay, okay. I'll have to do that. Out of curiosity, does um spraying what like spraying liquid like the sound of spraying like that needs to be narration. It doesn't work in like um
If it's a voice changer, no, but I could do it
yeah.
with my mouth if it's a man.
Okay, okay,
The thing
fair
is,
enough.
like, you often make like voice changer voices be like, and like a gargling person, like they're drowning or something. And like, how, like, the voice changer is like trying to find words, right? Like, it's trying to like make them into words, and it doesn't. Like, sometimes it'll come out like, and I'm like, oh, this sounds terrible. Why did he do
Mm,
this?
mm, fair point. Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, indeed.
All
Yeah,
right.
hi Trip.
So what are we here to talk about, Kai?
Um, yeah. So we are here to talk about Mr. Bo Blackfly's one of his favorite episodes that he did. I really want to like pick your brain about like your writing process for how you just constructed each piece of this because I remember I've watched this before with you.
Yeah.
And I really like this particular episode. There's a lot of great atmosphere in this
Well, I also
particular
did like which I
episode.
rarely do for, and I've never done for a Game of Thrones script, which is that I also pick and chose the music and the musical cues, and I did some sound effect stuff, but not like a ton. I would
Yeah.
There are other episodes that I've done like a ton of sound effect work for, but I did a little bit more atmosphere. Like I didn't let the editors have at this one in the way that we usually do, where they just like put a flat track on it and they're like, ding ding, this is the story of Star Wars. Like it's just like
Mm,
I wanted every moment to feel like it had a reason to be there in terms of musicality, and I think it works. So
I
yeah,
would agree.
whenever
Yeah.
you're ready, we can start it up. But if you want to like start with like why I because we've been doing crossover since the beginning of Star Wars, right? Like the first like 2 months they gave me a Spider-Man one, and I was like, what the fuck? And like as soon as I had to do J. Jonah Jameson, I was like, oh, maybe I do like this. Because like maybe I do like these crossovers, or like I need poems about Spider-Man. Like I was like, okay, I maybe I kind of like the idea of this just to let me flex my voice in a weird way. And then they started doing more, and I was like, what about like Alien and Predator and like, you know, things that make sense? Like they're all in space, so like let's just make the space shit make sense. And then this one came up, and everyone was like, who knows anything about Predator? And I was like, I know like enough. I know probably more than any of these guys. And they're like, well, what do you know? And I'm like, I know that they're called the Yaja. Do you? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, well, I'll write this one, I guess. And that's how it started. But yeah, the beginning premise of it was like, well, what is it? It's the predators. They hunt. They love hunting. What is it? A very good prey? Jedi, obviously. And like, who preys on Jedi? Palpatine. And that was the sort of the beginning idea for the story.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And so what was kind of the way that, and you just kind of, that was your inception for this? Is that how?
Well, I love the Predator, and like the Predator franchise is like really interesting and cool, but like I also love those moments in the Predator when like a human bests a predator, right? Like the end of Predator 2 when Danny Glover kills a predator, and then the predator gives him a gun. It was like, this is your prize for killing a predator, and you're now like, we respect you, you're one of us. And then he goes off and, you know, goes back to being a human, I guess. And then at the end of Alien versus Predator, when the character, she kills a alien queen and a predator, and then the other predator dies, and all the predators have been watching the whole time, and they come down and they are like, you are the sickest human we've ever fucking seen in our entire lives. And they like, and they give her back the spear, right? Like, you get to keep the spear. And then they just leave her there in the middle of fucking, I think it's Alaska, I can't remember, but like she's in the north. Yeah, also Prey it fucking rules as well. But the end of Predator movies, a lot of the time it ends with a human being respected by the predators. And I was like, what if the beginning of this story is a human being respected by the predators? And what if that human is dun, 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 Sheev Palpatine? So like, and I'm like, oh, so the predators respect him from the beginning, right? That was where, and I was like, and what if he promised them like, I will give you the greatest hunt that has ever occurred in all of the universe. And like, that was my sort of like base idea.
I think that's a great premise to go with. Let me yeah. Heads up, Groggy. Yep, that's I haven't seen Prey. I remember in I guess the Predator in the first Predator movie is kind of a sore loser, I guess, because I don't know if he really like respects Arnie that much at the end. He tries
to blow him up, yeah.
Yeah.
And by tries, I mean he activates a nuclear bomb on his wrist. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of the sore loser out of the group.
Yeah, but a lot of the time you realize that those are like, they're juvenile predators, right? Like they've been sent there as like kids, basically, on their first hunt, and like if they don't come back with like a prize, then they shouldn't come back at all. So like they'll just beep boop beep boop boop and blow themselves up.
Yeah. I remember hearing somewhere, and this might be incorrect, isn't Earth one of the more dangerous proving grounds, I guess? Or maybe is that just kind of a fan theory? Because
it is, but it's not the most dangerous proving ground, but it's one where a lot of predators like end up dying, and they're like, yeah, for some reason those cows down there, like they drink each other's tit milk, and like, you know, they all live in like big towers and shit. It's weird, but like they do sometimes kill us. So it's not like one of the most dangerous, but it is more dangerous than like a lot of other planets. Yeah.
Okay. I remember, I this might have been just somebody's fan theory conjecture, is that the alien is kind of a step down from human, or the xenomorph is a step down from human. I don't know if that's true. Maybe I just heard it randomly from somebody's theorizing because of Alien versus Predator. the first one, but I could be incorrect.
I don't know that either. I've never heard that, but like I can see why people would think that, because the alien is basically like a beast, right? That you can easily like slice open and it's dead. Like you cut its head off and it's dead. And like the predators are able to, like, if something jumps at you, just you're dead. Like, but if there's enough aliens coming for you, if it's aliens and not alien, if it's like one alien coming for a predator, I think that the predator will win, like 100% of the time. But if it's aliens where there's like a bunch of aliens coming for a predator, the predator is gonna, because you slice it up enough, you got enough blood on you, you're melted. All your blades are melted off. Your gun is gonna get melted off. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it really depends.
Hello, Your Majesty. Hi, Caswell. How's it going? Just saying hi, Mr. Ernesto. I don't know you from your name from the Discord. But yeah, me and Boba are just chatting about something he wrote. And I'm interested to Jade Marshall Dylan. I don't know. I don't know.
Let me go fill this cup up and I'll be right back. But
Yeah.
let's get started when I come back. Yeah.
Yeah. Mystery. At least sand. Indeed, Trip. Indeed. Yeah. Dylan. Howdy, Dylan. Cool. Yeah, that's yeah, that might be a good idea. But yeah, but yeah, to summarize this, basically this is something he wrote, and this is something he decided I want to do the actual musical score and do the atmosphere for this. So it's very, very different.
It's different from a lot of the Star Wars stuff that we do. And I honestly, like, one of your episodes for, I've put in sound effects for your episodes of Game of Thrones like a couple times, right? Like when you request it, if I have time, I will. But I would love to be able to do like a full like hour long, like where I'm just like dun, 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 and like I take my time being like, and then they went this way, and then they went that way, and like have the music match everything. Like I really like doing that, but I just don't have time to do it. And I've never done it for a single Game of Thrones episode, but I would love to. But this is one that I kind of sort of did that for. So I'm proud of this episode. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, you should be. Yeah, I've seen this episode before, so this is going to be mostly me asking questions about like the pieces of it. So let's get started.
What if Palpatine used the Predator instead of Order 66? Let's explore the depths of it in the video.
You hear the Predator noise? That was me.
Yeah.
Even now, decades later, when the stars are silent and the galaxy bows low, I can still smell the iron in the air. Not just mine, ours. The soil drank deep that night. My blood, red and streaming. His blood, bright green, almost luminous against the dark earth. Side by side, it soaked into the roots, binding us. I was the last. A dozen of us came to that cursed world with lights in our eyes, dreams in our pockets, blasters and blades at our sides. We thought ourselves explorers,
Trip has the funniest lines, honestly.
pioneers.
I love Trip.
We would pray. One by one he took them, silent, unstoppable, until it was only me, barefoot in the mud, cradling a shattered arm, a broken vibroblade in my grip. No tricks. No escape, only blood and breath and death. The battle was not clean. It was not noble. It was desperate. When I stood victorious, if such a word can even be used, my hand shook so badly I could barely hold the blade. The creature's blood glistened like spilled emeralds across the earth. My own dripped freely, mingling with his, pooling at my feet. In that moment, we were equals, warriors brought low by the simple, brutal truth of survival. That's when they came, shapes in the mist. At first, I thought the jungle had finally swallowed me whole, that death had come in some new form. But they were real, Tall, armored, silent. They did not strike. They watched. One stepped forward, his helmet crowned by the claw of some great bird, his arms scratched by countless battles. He lifted the fallen warrior's spear, still slick with my blood, and laid it at my feet. A gift, a mark, an invitation. I understood even then that I had not merely survived. I had proven myself. And as I took the weapon, the hunters bowed, not in submission, but in respect, in brotherhood. One day, I promised them silently, I would call upon them again. Not for vengeance, not for conquest, for the hunt.
Nice. I like, what were kind of the main things you wanted to accomplish with this? I can see some of the words. Basically, we want to set up the Palpatine and the Predators, but what were kind of the main things you wanted to hit on when you were writing this?
That Palpatine understands that he has the ultimate backup system, I guess, like where he's like, if the clone thing doesn't work out, I definitely have these guys on my side if I need them. And you know who would make a good target? The Jedi. The Jedi will be very interesting to the Yajiao, the Predators, as you would call them. So like, I thought it would be so cool if like, so this concept in my mind was that he's like very young, right? When he kills a predator with all these like treasure hunters or whatever the fuck. We don't really go into why he's there, but he kills the last predator, and he's like he's a young man, and like a bunch of other predators come behind him, and like they do what they do at the end of any Predator movie, which is like, you are one of us now. you are a predator. You know,
one of us.
And they leave him the spear, and he's like, okay, well, fucking sick. I guess I survived. Like I killed the last guy that was trying to kill all of us. Well, I guess that means that I am part of their thing, their creed or whatever. And he keeps the spear, and again, I'm picturing him being like 21 or something, right? Like a young Palpatine, like a very young Palpatine, and he's had this in his head for a long time, and he's like, instead of like clones and shit, like he has the clone stuff in there, but he's like, but if I get cornered, like I can just like corner myself in a corner and then call the Yajiao, and they'll come and help me. That's like sort of the idea, where it's like, but like he'll call them in the same way that he calls Anakin, where he'll be like, I'm calling a Yajiao meeting. We need to hunt these Jedi. And then like they'll come and be like, well, we'll send a couple of predators. How many predators do you need? And then he has them on his side. That was like my whole idea, was that Palpatine is a predator. That's what the idea of this is that he is one of them. Yeah, and they respect him. Yeah, they respect him. Yeah,
he's been like adopted into the tribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I really like you don't necessarily do a lot of like detail of how exactly the fight was, but you still give you still make it feel like it was a really hard fought fight.
He's bleeding. Yeah, Palpatine's bleeding, and there's blood everywhere. He's like, my blood is everywhere. His blood is everywhere, but his blood is glowing in the stars, and mine is just like this nasty slop of red. Yeah, it's fun. It's good. It's a good opening, right? Like,
I would agree.
It's also like a journal entry. It's for nobody but us, right? Like he wrote this himself. Like it's not for no one found this. This is just for us to hear.
And that kind of thing, that kind of atmosphere continues throughout the video, from what I recall.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
The ultimate hunt, and that day is today.
Yeah.
The doors part with a soft hiss. Stillness greets them. The Chancellor's office lies untouched, silent, pristine. Yet something in the air feels wrong, as if the room itself is holding its breath. The heavy tapestries hang motionless. The polished floor gleams under the dying light of Coruscant's setting sun as the stars take over. 1,000 small reflections shimmer like fading ghosts. Mace Windu steps inside first, each footfall a whisper against the marble. Behind him, Kit Fisto, Ajen Kalar, CC-Teen, silent sentinels, weapons at the ready, but unlit.
I do like
The office seems frozen in time.
These four are the ones
At the far end, the Chancellor's console hums faintly. Above it, a holomap flickers. A scatter of stars adrift in deep blue. Among them, one system pulses red. A heartbeat. A lure. No words are spoken. Just concerned glances and worried glares. The Sith Lord is gone, but he has left his trail deliberately, like a bloodied claw across the stars. Mace Windu approaches the console, his silhouette
good line. I
carved
like
against the
that.
starlight.
A
He
bloody
studies
claw,
the map,
a
his
bloody
lips
claw
pursed
across the
tightly
stars,
with grim certainty. Kit Fisto casts him a glance. The question is silent. Mace answers with a nod. Sharp. Final. Skywalker was right.
I also
The
really
truth
like
hangs
that
between them,
none of them
heavies
talk.
and nukes.
Like these guys,
Outside-
they're like, we know what's going on here. This motherfucker is luring it. We are fish, and we have to go after the lure. But like we all are aware that that's what's happening.
Yeah. It's essentially, this is the, I guess, the dropped kerchief, the invitation to dance, so to speak.
Yeah, and it's also like, you know, it's in line with the move. Like they're like, Skywalker was right. Like we know what he said is true, but we can't go back to him because like if he'll be like, oh, I need to come too, and it's like, no, you don't. You just relax. We're gonna follow him. You stay here.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It you know, in a world where Anakin doesn't come, he doesn't get turned into the dark side man that he needs to. But like that's not what this story is about. And that's why I like this story, because Anakin can get the fuck out of here for 5 seconds and let everybody else have fun. You know, like, let the other characters exist for a little while.
Yeah, isn't it something where you've remarked a couple of times where if Anakin's not in it, people in the comments will start kind of whining.
Yeah, there's a reason that this episode doesn't have more than like 15,000 views. Like nobody gives a shit.
Which kind of sucks because this is a really creative bit of writing. It's over.
We hit 83. Happy birthday, everyone! We hit 83. We're at 83,000 subscribers. Cool.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, huh. It just kind of sucks a little bit because this is a super creative idea, and I'm just kind of amazed that there's a lot of Anakin focus around it as opposed to Luke Skywalker, because most people kind of seem like
we've been trying to do Skywalker, like Luke stories for a while, but like nobody really seems interested in Luke stories, which I'm like, I get okay. Like I want to do a million Luke's. I want to do Boba Fett's. You know, my name is Stephen Boba Blackfly Waters. There's a reason for it. You know, I love Boba Fett. I love him. He's my favorite character, and I have so many good Boba Fett stories. But Charles is like, maybe next quarter. Like, okay, fine.
Yeah, especially because he's like, if it seems like it just kind of seems as though, like, based on like the Darth Theorist channel, it's a whole lot of like prequel focus, which I find very interesting.
Which I get though, because like that's, you know, most of the people that are on the internet are, you know, they're younger, so like that's their Star Wars, right? Like that's they didn't have like 10 years of watching the old movies and then watching the prequels. You know, it's like they just watched the prequels and then they watched the old movies. Like that's a whole different reality that I can't even like wrap my head around how that must warp your vision of Star Wars, right?
Yeah, I watched my first Star Wars movie ever was actually The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, so you have it. You get the disease. You get the disease, boy.
Well, what happened was I just watched the Phantom Menace, and then I watched a little bit of New Hope, and then here's the weird thing. You
watched a little bit of New Hope? You didn't watch the whole thing? You're like, I watched a little bit of it, but not the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I kind of have a weird story with Star Wars. Basically, what happened was I watched the Phantom Menace first, of everything. And then my parents got me a picture book with the whole story of the OT in it. Yeah. And then I watched some of New Hope, then jumped straight to Jedi, and then
So you're all over the place. We got it. Yeah.
and then I watched Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
I'm pretty sure that
in
my
the
parents
theater.
showed me Return of the Jedi first because they were like, he'll like the bears or whatever. Like they showed it to me. They showed me that one first, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then like they eventually showed it me in proper order, and I was like, I think that the second one is the most boringest one because like there's not a lot happening, and like Yoda is fun, but I don't like the rest. And then I grew up and was like, oh yeah, Empire Strikes Back is the best movie ever made. Maybe like I could watch that movie without any other Star Wars context, and I would still love it.
Agreed. Like it just sets up everything pretty nicely. Like
Yeah.
it reintroduces you to the characters, shows you exactly who they are with some really economical storytelling that just gets you right into the action of the chase.
It also lets you understand as a child like what a bad ending is, where it's like this is not a good ending. Like there's nothing good about the ending of Empire Strikes Back, like at all. It's a horrifyingly dark ending where you're like, what the wait, nobody, they're not smiling at the camera. They're holding each other in a solemn embrace of like, we fucked up. Like that's what happens at the end of that movie, and it's so fucking good. It makes you realize that not all stories end well, but you know.
Yeah, don't worry, it's fine.
Do you guys want to see what happens when predators are introduced into the fucking Star Wars universe?
Yeah, let's do it.
Outside, the skyline burns in hues of green and crimson. A pulsing heartbeat stretched across the horizon. The hunt has begun.
They will follow. They must follow. Hope is a leash, and I will lead them to the gallows.
That's pretty
with it.
fucking.
I like that. That is a great line. That is a wonderful line. And the music also really helped. And the
Beyond
soundscaping
the
is
rim
really
of known
great.
space, a single vessel carves its way through the endless dark.
I really hate.
It is
they
no
use the
warship,
Millennium
no
Falcon.
grand cruiser bearing the banners of the Republic.
The editors
It is
don't
small,
sometimes, you know?
sleek, obsidian in color, a blade of shadow slipping between stars.
Be nice,
silent as a
Groggy.
whisper,
That's my
deadly as a
ex-girlfriend.
dagger. Within its hold,
Our next-
behind sealed durasteel walls, the soon-to-be emperor waits. Not yet crowned, not yet revealed, but certain of what must come. Palpatine stands alone in the shuttle's darkened cabin, the starlight of hyperspace painting his face in fleeting streaks of blue and white. Before him, a vault rises from the floor like a tombstone. He raises one hand, gnarled fingers dancing across the security panel with an old code. The vault hisses, decades-old dusty seals breaking with a shudder that seems to echo into eternity. Inside, relics of promise made long ago. The spear gleams first, its half wrapped in dark iron, its blade still bearing the faint stains of old blood.
I imagine this
His
vault being like a
and
whole
another's.
room. I
It
don't know.
hums
how
with a life of
you
its
picture
own,
it.
a weapon forged not by science or sorcery, but survival and blood oath. Beside it, armor awaits. Not Sith robes, not senatorial silk. This armor is brutal in design, etched with jagged lines, darkened by age.
I like how
marked
you
with
the
claw
des-
and fang,
the
a fusion of
prose
ancient
that you're
metal and
using is
steel
really,
and
really
Yautja
interesting.
craftsmanship, shaped not for ceremony, but for the hunt.
thing, and
Slowly,
a lot of atmosphere,
reverently,
and
Palpatine
really evokes a lot of
chancels
imagery,
purple
and it's very
robes,
easy to
letting them fall
follow.
in a
That's one of the
soft
things I
heap at
like
his feet.
about it.
He dons the armor piece by piece, each plate heavy with memory. The breastplate, scarred, battle-worn. The gauntlets, rigid with talon marks. The mask, a bone-white visage carved from the skull of some long-dead monster. Rests still in the shadows, waiting. But he does not lift the mask, not yet. Instead, he takes the spear in both hands, feeling its weight settle into his bones like an old friend. The ship hums around him, like a living thing.
I really like the
its belly
evocative
toward destiny.
word choices that you're doing. I think that's
sure,
one
not
of
to be
the
cruel.
things that
There
I really
are
like about how you
but to the
write
dark
things.
itself.
You're
Across
very, very
the
descriptive, and
stars,
you
the
have a
blood of the
good
Jedi
mastery of
will
purple
fall
prose,
like
where not a
rain.
whole lot of other people
The
do.
galaxy will remember the night. The hunters answered my call.
The spear's blade catches the shifting light, throwing a sharp gleam across the darkened cabin.
My
In the
cold.
distance, beyond the veil of hyperspace,
Yeah, so how did you kind of come up with, like, kind of how you wanted to write that particular scene. So it's a pretty complicated in terms of like the prose that we're doing. Even if it's just a simple suiting up, there's a lot of stuff that's packed into that. I just kind of wanted to kind of pick your brain.
I wanted it to be the idea of Palpatine leaving Coruscant on like a private ship or whatever, but like a vessel that he's had prepared for a long time for this moment, right? Where he's like, I gotta go. And then he's like, okay, my ship is waiting. And he's like, all right, this is the moment that I've been waiting for a long time. And so mostly the idea is like he has to sit and lean in front of this thing and like pray in a way that like I guess a Sith wouldn't.
Okay.
And because he, you know, the way it opens is like ding, 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 and he's like, and he's already waiting in front of it, and then it comes up, like the safe comes up. I assume the safe is like a room. That's the way I pictured it, is like almost like a whole, like a changing room, like it's got a shower head in it and stuff. He's like, if I need to shower the blood off later, like it's like a whole, like, my predator chamber has arrived. Yes.
But almost like his bat cave, almost like kind of a small portable bat cave, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I get that. It's like a bat cave ship. Yeah, that's because he's putting on armor, and he has the weapons there, but like he cares mostly about the spear. But he also, everything about it is meant to invoke fear. Like I feel like as he's putting things on, he feels like he's becoming more scary, right? So that's where like the prose is like everything should be a little bit spooky. And I don't know if I succeeded or whatever.
I think that you did. Trip is actually a really solid editor. She's helped me with my editing quite a few times on my actual prose novels. She really likes and she's got a pretty high standard. So
okay.
Yeah.
I'm not even into Star Wars fanfic. Oh, sorry, I wasn't reading it. I was looking at you. I thought you were gonna say I'm not even into Star Wars. This is fanfic, right? Yet I do find your writing quite engaging. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
I say we keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going.
The jungle world waits, hungering, and in its shadows, the hunters gather.
This is okay. So
across Coruscant, the call goes out. In the shadowed halls and wars,
maybe not this.
Sabers are donned, armor fitted.
This is where like the
final
Jedi
messages
are
left unsent.
But like
chosen few
the
gather.
next scene is
Mace
where I was like, this is the most important
presence
part.
Like a blade drawn in silence. Kit Fisto, Agen Kalar.
These are the ones that die.
Renowned,
Palpatine.
each summoned with a wordless understanding.
It was very important to me that they're the ones that
more than a trap. When the scans of the target world would reveal endless jungle, thick as a storm cloud and twice as deadly.
I know that this is a Star Wars Live, but I had a question for Boba. Not sure if this has happened at all, but is it possible to get some high Valerian scenes? Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't write them, so yeah.
I guess I could try writing in High Valyrian, and then I just put the subtitles under it or something.
I mean, if you can give me it in phonetically written, but also sometimes you tell me you write things phonetically in English that how you want me to say it, and I still don't say it right. So maybe that won't work. But what is it like? Yeah, I think I could do it. You know that when we first started the channel, the Star Wars channel, we were really, really popular in Germany. And Charles messaged me one day, and he's like, have you ever spoken German? I'm like, I took German in like high school and a little bit in university, but like I never could quite. I'm very bad at other languages. Like I'm barely good at this one that I speak. And Charles was trying to get me to do all the channels in German, and I was like, no. Like, no, that's not, unless you pay me $1 million a year. Like, no, I'm not gonna be like I'm not, it's not happening. Not gonna happen. So
Okay. Yeah.
A couple of lines though. I could do a couple of lines in High Valyrian if you write it down properly for me.
Yeah, I'd have to try. I know there's says you I could be mistaken, but I remember you remarking that you have dyslexia. Is that incorrect, or is that
I do. I have a very bad dyslexia, which is why I'm so bad at reading your script sometimes. You'll be like, you read the line backwards. I'm like, no, I read it forwards and you wrote it backwards. That's what happened, asshole. I didn't do anything wrong.
fair point? Since I just noticed like there's just period sometimes where it's just like the word is a different word that I wrote.
Yeah, I know you notice it. I know you do. You know what? It's because you wrote it wrong, not because I read it wrong. All right.
I will. Let's go with that.
Do you understand that I have to read 15 of these a week? Like
Oh,
if I fuck it up, I'm sorry. All right. I'm not gonna go back and record one line. If it doesn't change the whole outcome of the story, I don't give a fuck.
Well, of course, it's just sometimes you call the he, hers, hims, and she's he's a couple of times.
Oh, now you're calling me transphobic. Now that is rude. You piece of shit.
Unabashedly.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. We all.
He answers without hesitation, emerging from the lower levels of the temple. His presence is half wild, half shadow. A man born from forgotten places. Their ship stands ready.
I really like Quinlan Voss as a character.
A ghost among fleets.
I like
his
stealth
infiltration.
dalliance with
This
the
will
dark
not be a
side
mission
in
of diplomacy.
particular.
Yeah.
Elsewhere in a chamber far
He
removed,
also
Anakin
was
Skywalker
in love
watches
with
the Force, excluded once again. The bitterness, sharp
Lage
teeth,
Ventress.
a jilted witness to the decisions of cautious
and then
men.
he
Above them
doesn't
all,
he go? He
Coruscant
goes off with
skies
another
twinkle as night's
lady.
tight
You just missed one of my
disappears
best
across
written
the
lines
void.
ever in all
Death
of Star
wails
Wars.
and green Sansa's teeth. A jilted witness.
A jilted
decisions of
witness
cautious
to the
men.
decisions of cautious men. I wrote that and I felt so fucking cool. It was like
As you should. That's a great line. I really like that line. That's a fantastic line.
I love the word jilted. I think jilted is like one of the best words you can ever use when it comes to somebody being like somebody going like, yeah, you're jilted at that point. If you're that's what jilted means.
Yes, it's super evocative, and we don't often get to use it. Like,
it's a hard use to it's hard used to fill in a sentence, but like it makes sense here. A jilted witness to the decisions of cautious went. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, totally good.
I love it. I honestly really like it.
Everybody out there, use jilted more in your writing if you can. It's such a good word, and like I think now at this point where we are in, most people looking at each other's work, jilted is like a good word. Just use it. We'll know. And in context, it always makes sense. Anyway, go ahead. Keep going.
One question I had was what I know that kind of you said. I think one of your things was, I know that you're not using AI, but your word choices are often super weird. That I know it's not AI because of how weird it is. Can you? I seem to remember that a while back.
Who, you? Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, specifically you. Yeah, I don't think that you. I've never thought that you use AI. Even in this script right now, like I'm looking at it and being like, oh, this feels like AI sometimes, and I'm like, oh, but maybe it's because like I don't know what it is. I think that AI has now caught us all by the fucking balls, and we're like, we all have to run to the wall. But like, I've never thought that you use AI because your writing feels like genuinely good. I think that's what it is. It's like if you are using it, you're very, very good at it.
Yeah. Well,
Quaid is also like, I like his because it's like Quaid writing feels like Quaid writing, and then like every once in a while you'll feel it, but then there's a bunch of other people that work for us that I'm like, no, that's AI. Even within going through this again, I'm like, there's shit in here that feels very AI, but I'm like, I didn't really use it, so here we go.
I think it's mainly just like sometimes like AI, like since one of the things I've noticed about your writing that's a little bit different than my writing and different than Quaid's writing is that you use like fairly purple prose, and AI sometimes skews into purple prose in terms of when it writes stuff. Maybe
what does that even mean? I don't even know what purple prose means.
Purple prose is generally really flowery prose.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Like, yeah, where you use a lot of like really flowery prose in your writing, whereas mine is a little bit more workmanlike, like in a lot of way, in some ways.
Yeah, like you're using a hammer and I'm using a trowel.
I was thinking like I'm using kind of like just like well, I guess it was
A chisel. what do you want to say?
I get well maybe like a like you're kind of making a stained glass window, right? Whereas I'm usually like just like carving away at a piece of wood is usually how
okay.
is kind of the difference.
I see. All right.
It's just kind of like I've never kind of been good at making flowery prose in this way, and so I just kind of use more like kind of Brandon Sanderson, Robert Jordan-esque prose, where it's kind of more workmanlike, like it just kind of conveys what it is, but it doesn't necessarily, and it has a decent-ish vocabulary, but it's not really like flowery in the same way that you're using kind of a lot more metaphor. There's more kind of more evocative language that you're using, and I think that's something that's really cool about your writing as opposed to mine.
Well, I mean that's a very flowery way to tell me that I'm doing good.
Yeah.
But also, I think that your writing is actually, you know what? You're right. Your writing is almost entirely based around the characters, and a lot of the beautification of your writing comes from the interactions between the characters, which is also very good. Like in a way that, I mean, like, but I think you're right. Like I don't think that I feel a lot of like it seems like your narration, like the narrator stuff, is usually a sprint to like when the next people talk. It does feel that way to me. How do you is that how you feel too?
Often, yeah. I'm kind of like I think if there's action, I'll kind of
This is why I feel really bad about telling you to cut it back. I'm like, cut back on the talking, but you're like, but that's the only thing I like writing. You're like, I know, but like there's too much happening.
Yeah,
you can't have everybody talk all the fucking time. Like, but it's like, but I don't want to have 2 pages of the narrator being like, and then this happens, then this happens, then this happens. But it's like sometimes you gotta do that, because like I can't have everybody talking all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I remember in the Robert Reborn script, I had way too many people talking at the same time, or in the same scene, and I was like, oh, I think you told me, I was like, dude, can you cut this back? And I was like, all right, I will cut that back.
I think that like I find it easier as a narrator to be like, and then this happens, then this happens, then this happens. But I also really like when, and then this happens, but then I also get to like talk about it as the narrator, being like, she feels very, destroyed. And then I get to go into the idea of what's happening to the character, which you do beautifully sometimes, but like you'll keep it really short. And then it'll be like, now these 2 fucking dildos are going to talk in the yard for fucking 5 minutes. And I'm like, God damn it. What the hell?
Yeah. I do try to make sure I'm like, all right, I need to make sure it's only like important, like pieces of dialogue, because I do understand that like just like describing like troop movements or whatever, that's not necessarily a good use of your voice work.
But like if it's funny or if it's like interesting or cool, then do it. But if it's just there to be like, these 2 kings are talking to each other and like there's nothing funny about it, there's no reason for it to happen other than to show that they talked, and like then fucking remove it. I think the last one I did, I highlighted and was like, why is this here? Like get this the fuck, this could have been a sentence of narration, like where it's like who gives a shit.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I should not have included.
It's not a mistake. It's me telling you, and then you'll be like, okay, I guess we don't need to do that next time. Otherwise, you describe true movements. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
them all, Coruscant skies twinkle as night tightens its grip. Across the void, death waits in green shadows.
Beneath the surface of the jungle world, in a cavern swallowed by roots and stone, we gather.
This was me trying to write a haiku.
Baring our teeth before the hunt. There are no heroes in the jungle, only hunters and meat.
No words are spoken. Only
Can I
silence
pause for a second?
understanding. The tomb is ancient.
What I said, and meat. I think that I was very proud of myself when I wrote that, and meat. It's like, yeah, that's fucking sick.
Yeah. There's kind of that. I really like the line of all kings are either butchers or meat.
Yeah,
and it kind of reminds me a little bit of that. I think that's a really evocative way, and also just like it's easy to kind of put mustard on the word as you put it, or meat.
Well, yeah, that's I have the actor bone inside my body. It's in my left foot, but it's slowly deteriorating, but I've got it there.
Hopefully we don't wear it out.
I hope not either. All right, let's keep going. The meat
Walls lost to time. The air thick with the smell of wet earth and forgotten bones. Faint light from unseen fires cast long shadows, warping the figures that stand in the circle. 3 hunters, 3 legends for the shadows of the galaxy's darkest corners. Palpatine
This is like
stands
my
among
favorite
them,
part in the
spear
whole
in hand,
episode, I think.
armored in iron and oath. He studies them, one by one, the corners of his mouth curling into something colder than a smile. The first is a giant, even among his kind. His frame crowned
I
with the
will
jagged
say that I
skulls and
hate
tusks
that
of past
the,
prey, strung across his armor like trophies.
Editors fucked this up so fucking badly. I can't even express to you. You know how you put images in where you're like, use this, use this, use this. This is like the episode that made me be like, I should have put images for them to use, because like they fuck it up so badly. But like we can keep going. But like you'll see how badly they fuck.
A butcher of beasts. Palpatine raises an eyebrow as he thinks to himself.
No, just Palpatine's monologue.
The words flowing like silk through his mind.
You shall be tusk, for you wear your victories where lesser creatures wear fear.
The second stands cloaked in ash and ruin, his body half consumed by the kiss of fire, burn scars stitched into his flesh, and metal plates bolted to his bones. A revenant tempered
Instead
into a
they
warrior.
used a
Scorch,
commando.
born of flame, baptized in agony. Your name will be written in smoke and blood.
The third is sleek and predatory, his helm
Also
fashioned
supposed to
not
be
from
a
iron,
predator.
but of the claw of some great winged beast, its talons reaching back over his
Because
crown.
Scorch and
mantle.
Talon are
A hunter
characters
who
that
soars
exist in
above
Star Wars.
death.
The
Talon.
editor is just
Swift as a storm, sharp as the sky's own blade.
I feel that.
The 3 bow.
annoying.
Yeah. I was super pissed, and I was at least thankful that in the second part of Damon and Ray Royce, they listened to me and put the dang images I provided in, because it's just like, dudes, the images I provided are better than the ones you're using. You also mixed it up.
Yeah, I don't understand how they didn't realize that this is a story about the predators from the movie Predator, and they were like, well, I guess Scorch has to be Scorch from Star Wars. I'm like, no, it's his name is Scorch and he's a predator. He's a predator. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then Talon is also supposed to be a predator. Like, the idea was like one's burnt, one's got like he uses talons to kill or whatever. Like, that was my whole thing, and he really fucked it up. And I talked to him afterwards, and he's like, "You didn't specify." And I was like, "What do you mean? The whole story is about predators. Like, what are you talking about?
Why would
you could have used the same picture of any predator, and it would have been fine. Like any predator would have been fine." Anyway, let's just keep going. The story is good.
Yeah, I would agree. The story is very, very good.
Slightly, not in submission, but in grim understanding. The pact is made. Palpatine grips his spear tighter. The hunt is no longer beginning. It is already underway. He says nothing. They need no words, only blood. One by one, they don their masks, each one a grim reminder of the hunters they are. Palpatine follows suit, the bone-white mask a heavy contrast to the dark armor. the face
Puts
of
on
a
that
phantom.
crazy white mask.
Menacing.
I like
Above them,
that. That's
The
great. It
jungle
kind of
trembles, sensing the first ripples of a storm it cannot name.
I guess
A dropship cuts through the clouds like a blade through silk.
Firefly.
Turbulence rocks the vessel, a dull
Shenandoah.
vibration that hums through the deck plates and settles into the bones of every man aboard. The world below is a sea of green, endless jungle, tangled and restless, shrouded in a storm racked by mist. Inside the hold, the Jedi stand ready. Mace Windu at the fore, eyes narrowed. Kit Fisto, Jen Kalar, CC Team, silent pillars of resolve. Quinlan Voss crouches low, fingers tracing the subtle rhythms of the ship's tremors, reading omens in every vibration. With
That's a
them,
good
a
line.
small
I
strike
like
team
that.
of clone troopers, elite, hand-picked for speed and stealth. Their armor is marked in
Stealthy-
muted tones,
Stealthy
greens and
clones.
blacks,
You
designed
need 'em.
for unseen wars. Helmets on, blasters checked, no words spoken. The ship jolts again, something unseen brushing its shields, and the pilot's voice crackles through the comms.
Entering LZ now. No welcoming party. Just static.
Above them, the clouds churn like a living thing. Below, the jungle waits, breathing, watching. The dropship skims low, fighting unseen winds, and touches down in a clearing barely wide enough to hold it. Vines creep at the edges. Trees lean inward, as if the jungle itself
So now
seeks
this
to
is where
devour the
you
machine.
understand.
The ramp hisses open. Heat assaults them
You
first.
understand where
Thick,
this is going,
wet,
right?
choking.
It's
Yeah,
now
The stench of
the
rotting
movie
leaves
Predator.
and living things fills the air.
Yeah.
we're
The
now
Jedi
in
step down in
Predator
formation.
mode. Yeah.
Clones fan out, forming a perimeter. Visors scanning every shadow. Nothing moves.
Yeah. And
No
what I like is
birds,
that it
no
is in a
insects,
very
Only the faint
condensed
crackle
time
of static
frame
in
and
the comms,
location.
and the low growl of distant thunder through
I like
raging
that
trees
Emperor
and churning
Palpatine
clouds.
lured them to
Voss
this
kneels at the tree line.
That's
pressing a
my
hand to the
favorite
ground.
thing.
His
where he's
brow
like,
Yeah.
furrows.
follow me, bitch.
Something's
They did.
wrong. Mace Windu steps forward, his voice low, meant only for the closest. Keep moving. The mission is clear. The trap is obvious.
Keep
Yet they go
moving.
forward. Above them, hidden by canopy and shadow, mass
That picture of
eyes
Mace Windu
watch,
is crazy.
counting,
Yeah, it's,
measuring. The
I'm
hunt
honestly really
is patient.
surprised when they don't
The
actually
hunt
use the
is
images we
precise.
provide them.
The jungle presses in
It's
from all
like
sides.
you ask us for images,
Even
and then
when
you
the ship's
don't have
engines
us.
still warm,
Don't
clearing
use
area
what we
already
provide.
Yeah,
grave.
why'd you
The
pick
vines
that
seem
one?
bolder now.
Where'd
The
you
mist
find that?
clings tighter. Bosch crouches again
I
at the
don't
tree
know.
line.
Like
One
it seems
gloved
like they
hand
use
brushing
toy
the damp soil.
images for the
His
most
senses
part.
spread
in
out,
their
Yeah.
green like
character
tendrils,
stuff.
Absolutely. Or
tasting
sometimes they
fear,
create their own
smelling blood, not
whatever
yet spilled.
AI thing they're
His
using.
brow furrows deeper. There are choices ahead. Buried deep in the jungle, he senses the faint echoes of ancient structures. Stone and
Alright,
bone
listen.
tangled together,
Listen.
half swallowed by vines, and something else.
Listen.
Old technology humming low beneath the canopy, distant but pulsing. He rises, facing Mace Windu.
There's more than one point of interest. Spread too far for one team.
Above them, thunder rolls heavy and wet. The static on the comms.
Can we
crackle
pause
again,
for a second?
louder, drowning out half the clone captain's name.
Sure.
We have been interviewing a bunch of people, right, for the channel, and the reason we've been is because I can't keep up, right? Like I've been trying. I'm like an old man being like, "Oh, y'all need to fucking give me the. You need to stop making your perverted scripts, and you need to make less voices and And
make
Charles
it
was
shorter.
like, yeah, how do we help you? And I'm like, well, you need to do this, this, and this. And he's like, well, why don't we hire another voice actor? I'm like, no, no, Charles, you can't hire. What are you gonna do? Like, I'm the voice of all these channels. And like, you know, I am the voice of all of these channels. You know, let's explore the depths of it in the video. That's me. I do that, right? So what are we gonna do? And I'm kind of like scared that like if I let another person in, they're gonna be like someone who's better than me, and they'll be like, well, I can do even better than him, and I'm faster and better and quicker. And I'm like, I have to kill that man. I have to kill him with a gun or something, you know, like I don't know what to do.
Kind of like you have to kill that one Star Wars writer that you can put it like complaining about.
I like I know that's not gonna happen, but like at the same time, I'm like I'm nervous. But the also like the main thing that we're asking them to come in to do is the character voices. Because Charles is like, well, you know, the character voices are the things that like take you the longest. I'm like, yeah, but like I also do the character voices very well, right? Like I, you know, if we remove me from doing the character voices, like then that I'm just a narrator. Like I'm like a void of a person as the narrator, being like, and then this happened, then this happened, then this happened. Like, am I gonna just be doing that? Like, I like doing the character voices, so I don't know how to feel about it. Like, what do I do?
Another alternative is the you don't, well, I guess, how long does the narration usually take you, as opposed if you were just doing the voices in isolation?
You know what I thought would be cool is if we had like a couple different narrators, and we like ease the people in that way. Like we get like a lady narrator for some. We get like a weird fat guy who has like a lisp for like a narrator, and then like the episodes get narrated by different people, and they're like, oh, it's it's Quantum, he's good, and then, or it's like Sasha, she's good, and like like we'll have like a different narrator, and then I do all the character voices, or I still like hang on that way. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think. What do you think? How would you feel if somebody else narrated your script other than me, the best narrator who ever lived?
This way, if there's a horny scene, you can get.
Well, is that Quaid? Oh my god,
Yeah,
Quaid.
that's Quaid.
Yeah.
Hey, Quaid. It would definitely feel weird, because it's like I just kind of associate you kind of with a lot of these characters.
Yeah.
And like you're basically kind of like Tywin, Bobby B. Kind of there'll be kind of times where you kind of, at least with the hot or House of the Dragon ones, where it's kind of like sometimes you'll kind of shift between like different voices for people.
Because I can't find them. I can't find them in there. It's hard, man. It's hard. The House of the Dragon is like everybody sounds the fucking same. They're all Targaryens. They all have the same fucking name. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, it's why I try to throw in people like Dalton Greyjoy and kind of what.
Yeah, but regular Game of Thrones, I do a good job, don't I?
Yeah, for sure. Well.
don't piss at me like that, you fucker.
She actually likes writing erotica. Like, that's one of the things she likes doing. Like, right. I've actually given her like some of my own erotic stuff that I've written to take a look at.
Can I go take a whiz? I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Everybody asking questions about how much more erotic they can make.
Yeah. But yeah, we've been working together for a while. We have a good rapport, I feel like, me and Mr. Boba Blackfly. And I really like being able to pick his brain, because he's a really talented writer. And he does a really good job with the prose, specifically the in-between narration bits, in a way. That's funny. That's the really weird horny one, isn't it? Right? That's a funny one. Oh, that's great. I love that. But yeah, Bruce Bolton, that one's pretty much perfect. Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree with Boba that it's like everybody's a Targaryen and they're the same, which is kind of why I'm like, all right, let's throw in some other interesting voices so that he doesn't get drowned out with a whole lot of Targaryens and he has to reuse the voices all the time. It's just that's the main problem with that. I do think that his Daemon is pretty good, because especially considering Matt Smith has such an odd voice.
Sorry, that was a long bathroom break, but
that was fine.
You're answering questions. Boba, my werewolf story is still on your desk. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of stories on my desk, and you know what? The one I got today about Harry Potter and his werewolf friend Remus should not have been left on my desk. Whoever approved that, I don't know, man. We're gonna have an interesting discussion at the end of this quarter.
Yeah, I was just saying that your Damon impression is pretty good.
My Damon, he likes my Damon voice.
Yeah,
I always thought that was pretty bad, but I think that my voice kind of like naturally sounds like it sounds like him normally. So when I do the accent, it maybe just sounds a little bit like I kind of sound like him already. Am I wrong? I don't know.
No, I think it's fine. I like it.
Clicky fingers this entire game.
Yeah,
all right, let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the video.
Next report. Mace exchanges a glance with Kit Fisto, with CC-10. The decision is swift, surgical. A perimeter team will stay with the ship. 5 clones and CC-10, guarding their only exit. The rest will split into 2 scouting groups. Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, and a small detachment of clones will move toward the strongest energy signature. Quinlan Voss, Ajen Kalar, and the remaining clones will investigate the crumbling ruins sensed to the north. Voss doesn't like it. None of them do. But the storm is climbing now, stacking layers of static across the comms, washing out their sensors. If they wait, they'll lose the trail. If they linger, the storm will pin them here.
It weirdly became a Voss story
now
for me.
They part ways in silence.
Yeah, that's
Boots
kind of
sinking into the mud.
Would you say that you
the jungle swallowed
planned
whole?
out
Divide
the arc of
Scatter
this,
them
or
like
do you
leaves.
just
I will say
write
that
it?
I wanted
In
it to be
isolation,
the Jedi
Even the
that
mighty wither.
went.
The trees.
I wanted it to be
closing
like
fast.
the Jedi who were
Bosses
supposed to
group
die in
moves
the
tight
main
formation.
story.
Every clone,
Like
ghosts
went
among
there,
ferns,
but then like they
helmets
got
scanning,
lost
fingers
because like
twitching on
he's good
triggers.
at like I need to
The
track
ruins
people.
not far now.
And
Gnarled towers
that was
swallowed
like
by
the
lions. Stone
then it
statues
became like a
crumbling
boss
hollow
story
eyes.
after that. I'm like, oh,
Ancient
it's a
clones.
boss story now.
Something
I love
ancient,
this.
racing
I'm
still,
so much more happy.
breathing beneath the rocks.
Got the boss clothes.
Boss slows. One hand
Okay,
rising and warning.
that makes sense.
Clouds
I feel
freeze.
like that's
The low
happened to me a
hum
couple of
stirs in the air,
times
barely audible.
where
A ripple in the mist.
like it's kind of just
And then
pivoted into
the
a
flash
John
of
story
movement.
by
The
accident
wet crack of
because
bone
it's
breaking.
just like
The body
I don't
gone.
know where
One
the
clone
conflict
simply
is going to
vanishes,
go.
yanked upward into the canopy without a sound. Shots erupt. Blasters snap to life. Bolts searing the mist. Boss ignites a saber.
The music here is
dragging
pretty cool.
shadows that flicker faster than thought.
I would agree.
Another clone spins, firing wildly. A net of barbed wire wraps his body mid-shot, yanking him sideways into the underbrush. Thrashing once, then silence. Panic ripples through the line. Boss growls low under his breath, mind racing.
Stay together. Eyes high. Eyes high.
But it's too late. Above them, clinging to the thick branches like living wraiths, the hunters descend. The first true glimpse. Talon drops from the canopy like a
Oh,
living
there he
spear,
is, the
impaling a
naked
clump to the
lady
chest
who's
with
supposed
wrist
to be
blade
a
before its
fucking
rattling
predator,
shadows.
but she's
Tusk follows an instant later. Shoulder slamming another trooper into a crumbling stone wall with bone-breaking force.
There he
Jungle
is.
devours the light, the noise, the discipline. Only the sounds of breath, blood, and dying remain. Voss plants his boots in the mud, saber raised, heart pounding. The jungle stirs with distant thunder. From deep within the mist, faint and broken by static, the clones at the perimeter hear it. Blaster fire, short, sharp bursts, the crackle of lightsabers, the screams of men cut short. CC-10 stiffens atop the ramp of the dropship,
Sexy
his head tails
predator.
twisting in contemplation. He turns, eyes narrow toward the direction of the sounds, barely audible over the rising howl of the storm.
That's Moss's team.
One clone mutters, voice tight inside his helmet. The others shift uneasily. Weapons rise a little higher. Fingers tighten on triggers. Team says nothing at first. The pull of duty. Help them. Clashes with the cold logic of command. He forces the words out, grim and sharp. Hold position. A blade pierces the chest of Ajen Kalar. Words barely escaping his lips as he stares to Quinlan Voss. Run! The clones back at the ship hesitate, but obey. Training wins over instinct. The jungle seems to lean closer, as if sensing their paralysis. The mist thickens, curling beneath
Have
the
we
trees
ever
like
seen
the
a
breath of
female
something
predator?
slumbering.
We almost did at the end.
Inside the ship, the
last
pilot works feverishly
movie.
at the console,
Crazy.
trying to cut through the static blanket washing over their sensors.
Did you guys watch that
Nothing but
movie?
Ghosts.
I
Team
haven't
glances back
seen
once
Badlands.
toward the tree line, where the great
It's
wall
fucking-
hides the world beyond.
It's
He feels
it's
it now.
like everybody would
Pressure
probably
building.
call it woke,
Not just-
but it fucking rules.
Okay. I want to try to take a look and go through I want to go through the Predator movies, even I have heard a number of bad things about Alien versus Predator Requiem.
Oh yeah,
Um,
movie sucks ass. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
But like every other Predator movie is okay. Like there's not. I mean, oh wait, that new one, the or it's not new. It's like 7 years old now or whatever. Like the Predator, the one that came out like
The
not,
one where
not
autism is where
not Prey and not Predator Badlands, but the one that came out like before that. Like that movie sucked. That movie was like, it was written by Shane Black, and I think directed by Shane Black, who was like the writer of the first Predator movie. But he tried real hard to make it like his 80s bullshit that like people loved. And like people are like, you can't do your 80s bullshit in modern day, Shane. It's bad. This is bad. What are you doing? This is terrible. He had his whole story was like, a kid has autism and the predators love it. And you're like, okay. And like everybody in the whole movie is being like, he's retarded. He's fucking retarded over here. Look at this retarded kid. I'm like, this is the worst. What the fuck are we watching? And the predators aren't watching, are looking at him being like, he's retarded. We can't kill him because he's retarded. Like that's not what's like. It was it's bad. It's not a good movie. Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard enough about it to know that
it's bad. Yeah.
Yeah, to know
including everything I just said. Yeah, it's
terrible. Like I was I thought that it was that they're hunting the kid with autism to like suck his juice out of
his
him.
Autism juice. They're like, if we get this, we can figure out how to get home. We need autism juice to like put in our computer. It's the only thing we can use. No, it's because he's wearing the Predator helmet or some shit. Like he just has the Predator tech on him. It's not because he's autistic.
Okay.
It's such a shitty. It's terrible. Yeah, that movie sucks. That movie sucks as bad as Alien versus Predator 2 or whatever.
Yeah, like where they have the.
There's a good part where a force field gets turned on and somebody's legs get cut off because the force field gets turned on while he's standing there. I'm like, whoa, that was that. I remember being like, whoa, that's pretty good. But that's like all.
Yeah, I actually got really lucky in that. I actually got to watch the first Predator movie at a Airbnb's little private theater with a really good sound system, and it was pretty dope to get to watch it.
The first Predator, like the Arnold one.
Yeah.
Are you older than me? What the fuck?
No,
no, I'm not. Never.
No, I watched it 3 years ago for the first time. Well, actually, yeah. So, but basically, my family we've been going to Cedar City for the Utah Shakespeare Festival, and we've recently started staying in an Airbnb.
We've recently been going for the Predator Festival. we love the Predator movie.
Well, it was just in between plays. There was a couple of plays that I didn't want to see, so I just stayed home and I saw that Predator, the original Predator, was in the list of movies that was available on the streaming platform. So I was like, oh, I've never seen this. I want to watch it. And I loved it. I really liked the first Predator movie. I thought it was great. I need to figure out like what the exact like you know what kind of like they do that son of a bitch and just grab each other's arms. I need to figure out the technical term for that.
You're like, how do I write that into a script without it being like, then they walk up and then one of them does this and then one of them does that. Like you just have to be like a whoosh. Like how do I make the whoosh noise happen in a script without it just being writing? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, even just the gesture, because it's not like handshaking. It's like
they grab each other by the fists and then they flex and they're like flexing their arms. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I still think like Predator holds up really well. It's still awesome to this day, and it works really well in terms of its structure.
In the Force, but in the very bones of the earth, they are being watched, measured. The distant blaster fire halts, then falls silent. A deep hush falls over the clearing, heavier than before. The clones shift again, uneasy. Ting tightens his grip on his lightsaber hilt, but keeps it unlit. Every instinct screams to move, to run, to fight, but he holds the line. Within the ship, the pilot pauses for a moment. On the windshield, his attention is stolen by 3 red dots.
This is why it's my favorite.
He looks down at his chest. His panic settles.
Oh, hell.
A single bolt of molten plasma tears through the ship's cockpit, blooming outward a flash of blue-white fire. The explosion throws CC-10 from the ramp. Clones dive for cover, shouting warnings, blasters snapping up in wild arcs. The jungle itself seems to erupt, trees shattering, roots burning, and from the smoke, strides scorch. A walking engine of war, his half-melted armor glowing under the firelight, his weapons spitting death in every direction. The clearing becomes a killing field. The clones fall in bursts of blood and smoke. One tries to reach the ship, only to be pinned to its broken hull by a crackling bolt through the spine. Teen rises from the mud, saber igniting in a flash of green, teeth bared in a snarl. The boom rolls across the jungle like a physical blow, rattling the canopy and shaking loose a rain of streaming leaves. Mace Windu freezes mid-step, head snapping toward the sound. Through the gaps in the trees, the sky bleeds black, a column of smoke,
Why is it that I
oily,
can't hear
thick,
the music?
clawing
Like,
its
the
way
music
into the
is
heavens
being,
where the ship once stood.
That's really. I'm not sure because I can hear it fine. Let me up the volume just a tad.
I think it's like
Kit Fisto moves first,
fluttering at
stepping
her.
closer to Mace, voice taut.
That was the ship. We have to go back.
The jungle thickens. Mist coils low around their boots, muffling their
Yeah,
steps,
it's kind of
dulling
like
their
a
senses.
low
Something
whine,
is very wrong. Mace
almost.
feels it. Not a presence, but the deliberate absence of one. A void, circling them, unseen. Kit breaks the silence in a low murmur.
We should double back. Regroup.
Mace doesn't answer at first. His instincts
I really
scream
like
against
how
the notion of
you've
retreat.
written the
Comms, crackle,
tension
static,
in the script,
Ghost voices, then die again.
where
More explosions by the ship.
I think you
blasters
pretty
to the north.
much nail
From the trees above them,
vibe
unseen
of
eyes
the Predator
watch.
movies.
No
in
words,
this. It's not
no
just
breath.
the Predator
Only the
gets
slow-
thrown into a Star Wars script. You nail how a Predator film feels. I think that's a really, really
yeah, they have to go. They have to go back, and then Mace is like, "No, we can't go back." The other guy's like, "But we have to go back," and it's like, "No, we can't. We have." And so, like, yeah, yes, you under. This means that you understand. Like, I hate that people don't understand Predator scripts, but this is exactly how Predator movies work, right? Like, the explosion in the background, you go back, and the other guy's like, "No, we have to go this way," but no, we have to go that way. Yes. Okay. Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
I know Predator. I know Predator.
Yeah, it's I like the fact that you're able to not just able to capture the feel of it, the tension, the slow like feeling of the neck constricting.
And who have I not introduced yet?
I believe it's the Zabrak guy. I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but I believe the Zabrak guy hasn't really shown up yet.
No. Come on, Lord Inquisitor Dunn. Who have I not introduced yet?
Anakin.
As a Predator.
Oh, Palpatine.
Yes.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
He's not here yet. Come on.
Oh yeah, true.
Measured pulse.
And that's a
hunt.
really good moment
The
when he
clones
comes
fan
in.
wider, searching
really
for
like
threats
that
among the
bit.
trees. One pauses to scan a vine-wrapped trunk, and his head snaps sideways. A single crimson line blossoming across his throat. No blaster fire, no shout, just death. The jungle swallows the body. The other clones react too late, spinning, shouting warnings, blasters rising. Another clone is lifted from the ground, throat crushed by unseen hands. Blaster clattering into the mud. Kit Fisto turns, blade igniting with a sharp hiss. A second too slow. Out of the mist, like a phantom, Palpatine emerges. No longer cloaked in velvet and lies. He stands tall, armored in dark iron and bone. The Predator spear gripped low in one hand, gleaming with death. Before Kit can cry out, the spear flashes, a silver blur. Kit Fisto is run clean through. The Jedi's body jerks once, his head tails shuddering. Then he falls limp. The jungle accepts him without a sound. Only now does Palpatine speak, voice cold and savoring.
Will the Jedi run?
Mace ignites his saber in the roar of violet, lunging toward him. But Palpatine is already moving, fading back into the mist, fast and fluid as a serpent. The last clone charges to protect Mace. A mistake. Palpatine's spear lashes out in a brutal arc, breaking bone, crumpling the clone into the mud without even slowing. Mace moves to pursue, but Palpatine retreats deliberately, letting him follow, letting the rage and fear sharpen. He is not fleeing. He is luring. Through tangled vines,
I like that.
past
It's a
broken
good moment.
statues, weeping moss. Towards a pulse, Mace can feel more than hear now, a thrum of ancient energy, deeper than the earth, the temple, the trap. Mace Windu follows, teeth gritted, saber casting long shadows through the mist. Above him, the jungle holds its breath. Ahead, Death smiles. The ship is nothing now but twisted metal and roaring flame. The clearing where it once stood is a crater of scorched mud and molten wreckage. The jungle itself burned back in a wide, blackened circle, and at the center of it, rising to his feet, is CC-10. His green lightsaber hums in his hand, casting flickering shadows across his battered armor. Smoke clings to him like a living thing. Blood, his own, spatters his side where the first hit tore through his defenses. Before him, advancing slowly through the smoke, is Scorch, half his body a fused armored wreck, the other half gleaming with brutal upgrades scavenged from a dozen wars. The Predator's plasma cannon sizzles with heat, locking onto Teen's heart. Teen tightens his grip on the saber. Scorch fires. A bolt of searing plasma rips towards Teen. He moves, sidestepping just fast enough, the shot grazing his pauldron and sending sparks cascading into the mud. Teen launches forward, saber swinging low,
Teen,
trying
come on,
to close
Teen,
the
you
distance.
can do it.
Scorch adapts, quicker than expected for something so heavy. He ducks, slams a heavy shoulder into Teen's chest, sending the Jedi sprawling backward into the mud.
The action is
Another
very, very
blast erupts
visceral.
from
I like
Scorch's
how
cannon.
you've
Teen rolls, mud
really
flying,
captured
saber flashing up
the
to deflect a second
the
shot.
It was
Horrible
muddy
name
and
for
wet,
wreckage.
doesn't it?
He rises,
Yeah.
battered but unbroken, and charges. This time he reaches Scorch. Their clash is brutal, Teen carving deep gouges into Scorch's armor, the Predator countering with savage strikes of his gauntlets and shoulder blades. The fight is not elegant. It is survival. It is rage and fire and exhaustion. Teen drives his saber deep into Scorch's side.
That's
The
great.
Predator snarls, backhanding him with a force that shatters bone. Teen stumbles, vision doubling. Scorch steps back, recalibrating, the plasma cannon whining up to full power. Teen lifts his saber again, blood leaking from his mouth, legs trembling, but it is not enough. Scorch fires point blank. The blast catches CC-10 square in the chest, lifting him off his feet and hurling him across the clearing. He crashes into the smoking remains of the ship, body limp.
CC-10,
Saber
he was so
falling from
cool
lifeless
for a
fingers.
second, though.
For a moment, the only sound is the crackle
Yeah.
of burning metal and the low, whirling click
Yeah,
of
he,
Scorch's
he gave his best shot, but
His
it was
blood
no
drips
match
to
for
a glowing
Scorch.
puddle at his feet as he picks up a red-hot shard of the ship's hull and burns the wound closed. The jungle falls silent again, save for the
pretty
low,
metal. I
satisfied
like
rumble
that.
of Scorch's breathing apparatus as he picks up Teen's lightsaber. Another scar
Picks it
earned,
up. He picks the
another
lightsaber.
Jedi fallen.
Smart.
The ruins
Smart.
bleed
Smart.
mist and memory. Quinlan Voss crouches in the shadow of a shattered pillar,
That makes
blood
it just
trailing down his
all the
face,
more deadly.
his muscles aching with every
honestly.
shallow breath. He closes his eyes, and the Force shows him the truth. The jungle falls away. The ruin, the storm, the burning wreckage, all gone. Only the echoes remain. He feels them ripple through him. Kit Fisto, vibrant and laughing in life, now extinguished in a flash of silver pain, his final breath shallowed by the mist. CC-10 defiant even as the plasma burned through his chest, his last stand buried under fire and ash. And Ajen Kalar, silent, desperate, overwhelmed, cut down before a scream could even leave his throat. He left him behind. Each life is a scar against the Force, each death
He
a
left
weight
him
around
behind,
Voss's soul.
yes.
He grits his teeth against it, breathing hard, willing himself not to drown. But he feels it, the truth sinking into his bones. They are dead. He is alone. He must find Mace. A tremor runs through the ruined stones, sharp and sudden. Voss's eyes snap open. From the mist ahead, Tusk charges, a titan of bone and muscle, his armor stitched with the trophies of 100 kills. Wrist blades gleam in the stormlight, dripping rain and blood. There is no time to grieve, no time to pray.
What?
Only
What are
time
you?
to fight.
What are
Voss
you
rises to a
about?
low stance.
Well,
Sabering.
it's well, you used well. It's I just find that a neat coincidence because it said in the Stormlight because there's a magical substance called Stormlight in Brandon Sanderson's series, The Stormlight Archive, and I just thought that was a neat little coincidence.
I'm gonna show you my fucking shit from like a million years ago after this, and we have to put it on record because, like, I feel like you are like this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Anyway, keep going. We'll talk about this out there.
Oh no, I just thought
throwing wild shadows across the
like
crumbling
I just
stones.
thought it was a neat
Tusk
little,
barrels into
neat
him.
little
The first blow, a
coincidence.
hammering overhead slash meant to cleave him in two. Boss sidesteps by inches, the blade carving deep
I'm
into
not
the stone
nearly as
behind
well
him.
read as I
He
want.
counters
I
with a
should
vicious
be,
slash across
honestly.
Tusk's ribs.
All right.
Sparks
I
fly.
don't-
Green blood
I-
hizzes onto the stone.
I have
but
a
the
lot
Predator
of,
shrugs it off, spinning and
Like
slamming
I've read
bone-plated
a
fists into
number of
Boss's gut.
things, but I'm
The
not
Jedi
as
staggers
well read
back,
as I probably
gasping,
should
saber
be.
barely staying
I,
on defense. Tusk follows, relentless. The fight is brutal, ugly, no elegance, no clean forms. Mud slicks their feet, blood darkens their wrists. Voss fights on instinct now, raw.
So you're
and
gonna
desperate.
ask me
Every moment
questions
fueled by
about this
pain and the knowledge
episode.
that there is no rescue coming.
yeah.
He dodges another.
Well, I'm just like a lot of this is pretty action heavy. Like, what is I guess what is kind of your way of how you choreograph action in your head? Like, what's your process for that?
I think, how could this be action packed? And then I think, how could I make it more action packed? And so, like, like, this could be an interesting story of two people fighting, but like, what else could be around them that would make it even better? Like an explosion, or like somebody else was there to like all of a sudden pop up and be like, yeah, to fight as well. Like, you have to make it an interesting fight. If it's just like a boring ass fight, then like, who gives a fuck? Like, what are you doing? Why aren't you fighting inside of a giant engine or something? Like, or like why can't like everybody in the room also fight with you? Or like, what are you doing? Where's the fight happening? How can you make the fight better?
Mm-hmm. What's so for this is an interesting question. Do you write from an outline, or you just kind of write stream of consciousness?
I never write from an outline. Everything always happens from the guts.
Nice. So that's kind of so when you're kind of coming up with an action scene, do you kind of come up with it before you start writing, or do you discover it while you're writing?
I usually have like a vibe that I want to get to, right? Like, it's almost like a big sort of marble in the middle of the room, where I'm like, if I can hit the marble, if I hit the marble and the marble moves, I'm like, yeah, that we did it. We got to the marble. So like, does that make sense to you guys? The action writers out there, like, if you could hit the marble, because like a lot of the times it's hard to get to the marble.
That makes sense.
What do you do? Like, you have a room full of explosives and a bunch of people who want to prime to fucking shoot each other, but like, if you can hit the marble, the marble is what you want to hit, and that's when everything explodes from that point on.
Okay, so kind of, if I'm kind of understanding it correctly, writing experience. I'm pretty curious about the writing experience when you are dyslexic, but so how would you kind of describe kind of like how you write, even kind of like with kind of the dyslexia? What's your process of kind of working around on that particular hurdle?
What the fuck? How do you write with dyslexia? Is that what you're asking me? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just write, and then I look at my stuff later, and I'm like, oh, I fucked up. I didn't write that right. What do you mean? Reading is harder than writing if you have dyslexia, by the way, just so you know.
Okay. I was just curious, since that was a question from Trip.
Well, writing, you always know what you wrote. If you have dyslexia, you're like, yeah, well, I wrote fire like across the page with 3 R's and an F, but here it is. Like, you know what you wrote. Like, you can read your own dyslexic writing. Like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that was just a question that was in the chat, so I was like, oh, okay.
I also appreciate whoever put that question down. I assume they didn't have dyslexia when they
no,
because they were able to write it very clearly, and I was able to read it. So
yeah. Trip's pretty cool. Trip's a really cool lady. I really like her. We actually dated for like a few months, and then we decided that it wasn't.
All right, you don't need to tell us about your dating history while you're bringing people up in the fucking conversation, you weirdo.
Well,
okay, so why don't we finish this? And LOL, I don't mean to offend, damn it. I'm just not familiar with the challenges of dyslexia. Yeah, well, you know what? I don't give a shit about your challenges with me being dyslexic. You don't have them. Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm sorry. You can say it. I'm just saying.
You're playing the irascible man.
I am an irascible man right now. See, the thing is that he knows words that I don't. I do know what irascible means. So like, I shouldn't pretend like I'm dumb.
Dude, Trip.
Good Lord. That's a good.
Yeah, Boba's just Trip. You and Boba would definitely get along. You guys have very similar senses of humor, and similar deliveries on a lot of things.
All right, can we finish this movie we're
Killing strike,
watching?
twisting low, and drives his saber upward in a brutal thrust. The blade sinks deep into Tusk's chest, up under the heavy armor. Tusk shudders, a low growl rattling in his throat. Their faces meet, hunter to hunter, warrior to warrior. Then Tusk collapses, a mountain of flesh and armor crashing into the mud. Voss stumbles back, chest heaving, saber shaking in his hand. Victory, but not safety. The mist parts, and from the ruins, a shimmer of light in the rain. A cloak drops. Talon steps forward. In his hand, he holds a single object, a Jen Kalar's lightsaber. The hilt's reddened and wet. Talon lifts it slightly, a silent offering.
It's supposed to
trophy.
be a man predator.
Voss feels rage surge hot through his veins, but instinct, the old instinct, wins out. He turns and he runs
Editor
back into the
strike
jungle,
again.
back toward the
Sadly,
pulsing heartbeat he feels in the Force, toward the
editor
temple,
mistakes.
toward the end.
Yeah.
Talon watches.
Thankfully,
he does not pursue.
hopefully,
He tilts his head,
I think
intrigued.
Charles
This one
has
is a warrior.
fixed it by saying, "Hey, you
Their
ask him to
wings
provide you with
are
images.
broken.
You don't
Their
use said
cries
images."
Wait.
reach
You
course.
gotta listen.
The age of light dims, unnoticed by the stars. A single cut and the herd begins to run. Strength is not proven in survival. It is proven how long the dying can still bare their teeth. Soon, even that will fade.
Palpatine stands at the threshold of the temple,
Pretty
the
good,
broken
right?
crown of the structure looming behind him.
Yeah, I would
Stones
agree.
older than memory, carved by hands long turned to dust. The mist coils at his feet. Trees bend away from the ruin, as if unwilling to bear witness. He breathes deep. The Force here is thick, sour with the rot of forgotten gods, bitter with the memory of 1,000 deaths. It sings in his blood.
I think that
welcomes him.
I think Almond Tree's
The
gonna
spear
love
hangs
the end
easy
of
in
this
his hand.
episode.
The blade already baptized
Yeah,
in Jedi
yeah,
blood.
that's groggy.
Above,
Oh,
the storm
groggy!
churns,
You're gonna love. You're gonna
dark
love the end of
clouds
this.
coiling together, called by power older than republics or empires. He closes his eyes for a moment, savoring it.
It is almost done. The long hunt nears its end. The final culling of the old order. The last breath of the failed creed.
He feels them drawing closer. Mace Windu storming through the jungle, rage burning through him like wildfire. Quinlan Voss, wounded, broken,
Mace Windu
yet
is running through
stubbornly
the
alive,
wildfire.
clinging to
Come on,
hope like a dying ember. Two flames guttering in the wind.
Lord Dunn,
Last
you're not listening.
flames flicker.
I'm
Let
listening.
them burn bright before they die, choking on their own ash.
The predators wait nearby. Scorch crouched among the shattered columns, weapon primed. Talon perched atop a broken statue, silent as a carving. They know their place in this rite. They understand the meaning of the blood to come. Palpatine opens his eyes.
Meaning of the blood.
The first
I like
silhouette
that.
emerges from the mist, broad-shouldered, purposeful.
This is the
Mace
coolest
Windu.
thing I ever read.
His saber hisses to life,
Yeah.
violet blade gleaming like a shard of amethyst in the gloom. Palpatine does not attack, not yet. He wants the Jedi to see him, to understand. He steps forward into the
It
clearing.
feels like
Every moment
the meeting
deliberate,
of Arnold and the
ritualistic.
original
The
Predator.
mist
This
parts
is what
around
I
him
was
like a
going
curtain.
for.
He watches
This
the
is what
realization
I
dawn in
was
Mace's eyes, not just as to who he is, but what he has become. No Chancellor, no Sith Lord hidden in silk, only the hunter, only the end. Palpatine allows himself a thin smile.
Let them come. Let them struggle. It will only make the death sweeter.
Far behind
That's
Mace,
great.
staggering
I
through
like
the ferns, comes Voss,
Sweet.
bleeding, breathless, saber low in his shaking hand. Palpatine watches him too, a survivor, an afterthought. No matter. The jungle is already closing behind them. There is no escape, only the hunt. Palpatine tightens his grip on the spear, feeling its ancient weight settling into his bones. The temple hums at his back. The Force itself seems to lean in with anticipation. The air between them shivers. For a heartbeat, the jungle holds its breath again. Then
Is that
Palpatine
my
moves.
voice?
The spear arcs like a silver serpent.
My voice? Is that my voice? Oh well.
I think that I'm saying a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, I like I said, this is some excellent purple prose. Like some excellent prose that you've written, where it's incredibly evocative and has.
Well,
Like,
how do you feel about a couple people that you don't want to die walking into a room full of people that want to kill them?
I think that's. I think that's.
Why wouldn't you write as much as you could to let them
Yeah.
feel great about it, about their deaths?
Yeah.
I love Mace Windu and I love Quinlan Voss. I think I love Quinlan Voss more than Mace Windu, but I also love the ending of the story. I think it's a great story.
Yeah. I'm
Slicing through the mist toward Mace Windu's heart.
remember
Mace
quite how
parries
it-
hard,
how
violent
it
saber
ends.
screaming against the
I
metal
just
haft.
remember, like, the
Voss
atmosphere
charges from the
around
side.
it.
Saber igniting in a flare of green, but Scorch steps into his path, plasma cannon roaring. Voss twists aside, deflecting a shot with a desperate sweep, the blast vaporizing a pillar behind him. Talon drops from the broken temple spires like a falling star, blades flashing toward Mace's exposed flank. Mace pivots, barely deflecting, feeling the impact jolt down to his teeth. The fight shatters into chaos. Predator and Sith
Ooh, that's a
move
good
with
line.
unnatural
Shatters
speed.
into
Their
chaos.
strikes landing
I've
with
never
force of
seen that.
hammers.
It's really
Mace
great.
and Voss fight back to back. Jedi instincts intertwined. A desperate, wordless dance of survival. Voss ducks a plasma shot, rolls under Scorch's guard, and slices deep into the Predator's thigh, only for Scorch to catch him with a brutal backhand, slamming him into the stairs. Voss crumples, gasping,
Kill him.
saber nearly slipping from his fingers.
Kill his
Talon
ass.
closes the distance in a blink. Mace lunges to save him, but Palpatine intercepts, spear whirling, driving him back step by bloody step. For every attack Mace blocks, another comes faster. Palpatine is not fighting the duel, he's fighting the end. Voss struggles to his feet, saber trembling in his hand. Scorch
I like
advances
that.
on him again, cannon
Fighting
sparking.
to duel
Voss
rather than
knows he
not
can't
fighting
win,
to duel.
but he fights anyway.
That's
He
great.
charges, screaming, saber flashing in a desperate final arc. And Scorch fires again, point blank. Voss raises his saber, the plasma exploding outward in all directions. Voss and Scorch are consumed in a flash of heat and light. Ash drifts across the stones where they once stood. Mace roars, driving Palpatine back with a flurry of strikes, his
Get him,
saber a
Mace.
whirlwind
Get
of
him.
violet rage. But the spear is
Yeah.
faster. Palpatine feints low, spins high, and drives the butt of his spear into Mace's temple. The world tilts.
Ooh.
Mace stumbles.
That's a good-
Palpatine's foot lashes
good
out,
act.
catching him square in the chest,
choreography.
sending him sprawling at the base of the temple. The mist pulls back as the purple blade extinguishes and skips away. Only 3 remain. Mace Windu, broken and bleeding. Palpatine, breathing hard, triumphant. Talon, silent as ever,
Oh,
stepping
Talon.
from the mist with measured grace. Mace tries to rise, arm shaking, saber lost. Palpatine strides forward, the storm howling at his back. He reaches the temple's central altar, a device older than the Republic. He deactivates the storm generator with a hiss of ancient hydraulics.
Get him.
The mist fades, and above them, projected into the sky, appears the true map. A galaxy littered with burning stars. A beacon for every predator, everywhere. Every Jedi stronghold, every enclave, every hidden sanctuary. All under siege. All dying. Red markers pulse where Yautja hunter teams descend. Where Jedi are prey. Cornered. Slaughtered. Trophies claimed. Masters, knights, padawans. None were spared. The true great hunt. Not a single blow, but a planet-spanning blood ritual decades in the making. Mace stares up, horror bleeding through his broken body. He rasps out.
Everywhere. You sent them everywhere.
Palpatine kneels beside him, lowering his voice to a purr.
The clones were useful, but these are the true architects of your extinction.
He gestures
that's a
toward
great
Talon,
line.
who stands motionless beside him, the sentinel in bone and iron.
The Jedi Order ends not with betrayal, but with the natural order restored. The strong claim the weak.
Mace's vision blurs. The stars
I like
spin.
that that's a dark ending. That's
The
actually
spear
really clever.
comes down. The last thing he sees before
You,
darkness.
you thought
claims
that Mace Windu was
galaxy
gonna win?
burning, and the
No.
hunters
Fine.
gathering their spoils.
He's fighting the
In the jungle
Predator.
clearing,
The
Talon
Predators
lifts his
win.
mask.
Obviously.
Salute. Palpatine, spear in hand.
No, no, for
does
sure. I
the same.
remember. I knew that
He
was going
turns
to be
away.
pretty dark.
The temple map,
But
dwindling
I think
behind
that
him.
that's
As it
if you're
fades
saying that,
across
I
a
think
thousand
that was a
worlds,
really
the Jedi Order
smart
dies,
bit of writing.
unseen, unsung, and alone. The age of the hunters has arrived.
That's our theory.
That's
The Star Wars universe is a galaxy filled with exciting stories and possibilities. If you'd like to join us on this journey to a galaxy far, far away, then please like, share, and subscribe.
That was
I
me.
like
at
that you
the
did
end.
it
By the
in-
way, that was me at the end as Palpatine. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah, that was. I really like how the like you wrote this. It's really really poetic. And it's very evocative in terms of how you constructed the prose. In terms, and your action is very very easy to follow. That's another thing that I really like about it. I haven't I need to honestly write better, more visceral action scenes. I often am just like, I kind of gotta get the plot going.
Well, what's your favorite action scene in this episode? How about that?
I think that the action scene that I really like was Scorch versus CC-Teen.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's mine too. That's my favorite one, where it's like, and he's just like, and then he's getting up, and it's like, and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, this is great. And then they fight. Yeah, like that's cool. That's a very cool moment. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
It feels very it felt very visceral, like the way that you described it, where it just feels like it's this
just now or in the movie.
well how it like how you described it is very visceral. Like it very much evokes a knockdown drag out fight between these two very hardy individuals. And
that was kind of like the idea behind the whole episode, I think. For me, it was like everybody's getting knocked down and they have to get up, and like they all lose. It's not a great idea, but like at the same time, that's what the idea was. It was like everybody is getting the shit kicked out of them. Nobody wins. Nobody wins.
Like it's not really. I think it's still a good idea. It's just not a complicated idea.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, who wins against Palpatine?
Nobody
in this episode. Yeah, nobody.
Yeah, nobody. And the final duel with Quinlan Vos and Mace versus Palpatine and the Remaining Predators was also really, really good. I like the description of just Palpatine, how he moves and how he's kind of able to outmaneuver his opponent very easily. I think that's very clever. And even just the little bit of it just goes into Mace Windu's temple is really smart.
So you like it. So what you're saying is you like the story.
Yeah, I love the story. I think that this is one of the most fascinating stories. I know I remember the Star Fox one. That was really good when you showed it to me.
Well, you want to do that next time?
Maybe, yeah. I'd be interested to do that. I do want to do the Damon and Rhea Royce thing together because it would be interesting.
Okay, so next time we'll do one of yours, and then we'll do one of mine after that.
Yeah, for sure. And the reason why I want to do that one is because I'm actually going to be doing like a series of live streams on that one. I'm going to do like a solo thing. I'm going to do the live reaction on it. Not with you. I'm going to. Okay. But I just want to.
All right.
Yeah. I want to analyze. I want to do like a solo stream where I just kind of go through everything in that particular thing and talk about all of the steps. Then I'm going to do a blind reaction from a couple of my friends as we kind of go through it. And then I want to talk about it with you and kind of like go through some of the stuff with you. And I can kind of like more ask you questions about like what you thought of it, kind of your experience with it, as opposed to like me just kind of like spouting off what I'm thinking, what I thought about it, or what I was doing while writing.
Right.
Because I know that.
And then we do a Star Fox.
Yes, let's definitely do Star Fox because that has some really great dialogue in it. And you're able to. So, yeah. The cool thing about it is that you are able to write each character as the character. You don't just like make them like kind of carbon copies of each other. I think you did a really good job of like really illustrating the characters of the new characters as they interact with Star Wars characters.
I think my favorite thing that I've ever written is Peppy from Star Fox talking to Obi-Wan as they walk down a hallway, and like they're both troubled because like Peppy is like, I'm troubled about Star Fox, and Obi-Wan's like, I'm troubled about Obi-Wan or about Anakin. Like they're walking down the hallway and they're just having that conversation where it's like two dads being like, my son's sick, like it's so good. It's such a good. Can we watch that just now? Can we watch just that part?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. Star Fox. So part 1, correct?
Yeah.
And what's the timestamp for that one?
It's probably around. We'll go back. I think there.
Interceptors. Anakin cuts one down with a trailing shot, one by one within the tunnel, rifle in hand. His steps careful on the grated floor. The corridor is long, metal, cold. No signs of life. Just lights flickering above industrial pipes, humming faintly with energy. Has he told you much? Fox? No, not really. He seems to keep things close. He didn't always. They keep walking. The air.
Everybody watching, this is me doing both voices, by the way.
Just a kid when it all happened. All this. Corneria was burning. Andros had infected our systems, turned every machine against us. Fox volunteered for the final strike run, knowing none of us would come back. But he did. Barely. I watched his vitals flatline. His voice cut out mid-transmission. We thought he was gone. Then he made it out of the core. Claimed someone guided him. The pilot?
Peppy doesn't answer right away. He looks to the ground before stepping forward with a breath.
His father, James McLeod. Been dead for years. Vaporized in Andros' first test run. But Fox swears he was there. Bright light, a voice, a flight path.
He stepped through a jagged doorway torn by rusted claws. Peppy continues, though Obi-Wan can tell this is more of a venting than anything else.
I think part of him's still following that voice. I've heard stranger truths. The Force has been known to guide us in the most desperate of times.
Isn't this cool? What the?
Yeah.
Peppy
I
scans.
love this.
Unlocked.
This is some great
The door
dialogue.
creaks open
And it's
into a
very in
descending
character
chamber.
for both people, which I think is great.
I worked on that for so long, and I was like, these two old men are just like our boys. How do we take care of our boys? Like that's all I wanted.
Yeah, I think you did a very good job. And when you are constructing dialogue, how do you usually do it? Like what's the writing process for dialogue for you?
Well, in this moment, I was like, who is Obi-Wan, right? Where I'm like, Obi-Wan he cares about Anakin, he cares about himself, but he cares about the Jedi Order. But like, when I was like, how do I make him talk to Peppy? I also I will say that when it came down to this moment where I'm like, it has to be these two, right? It has to be these two because I want these two to talk to each other. So how do I make that happen? And then I was like, well, what does Peppy care about? And Peppy cares about Fox. I only care about Fox, and I always want to make sure that Fox is coming with me. And no one can do anything that will get in my way. I'll make sure that Fox gets the hell out of here. But then as soon as Obi-Wan is like, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, and I'm like, okay, so now they're having a nice dad conversation. It's different, right? Like you take the character that you want to make be weird, but then you're like, oh, but wouldn't it be so weird if Obi-Wan Kenobi was talking to Peppy from fucking Star Fox? Like, that's so cool. And then that's where you're like, okay, so maybe he gives in to the conversation, right? Where he's like, well, I never really thought about it that way, but everything that I've done has always been for Fox, and I guess we got to go this way. How do you feel about that?
I like how you've kind of constructed where it's these two elder statesmen just jawing about their
who is Star Fox's Obi-Wan?
Well, I assume it's Pepe.
And who is Anakin's Obi-Wan? So imagine them going. They're just like, we're worried about our sons. They're just going. But I mean, in this episode, they go down there and then they have to fight like a crazy monster. It's a good episode. This is also a good episode. We should do a whole episode on just this episode because it's.
I think that we should. Good. Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, I really liked. It was so different. I think is the neat thing about it. And the character interactions were very, very well done. I think it was one of the coolest things about it. And I like that's kind of one of the things that I like doing is when even kind of as opposed to like even though I'm solidly Game of Thrones, like I always like having those little like bits and pieces of character interaction, like Tywin and Ned are always kind of fun to kind of bounce off of. And I really like being able to do stuff like that. And writing Aegon the Conqueror and Jon like bouncing off of each other, where it's like, I hate you. Yes, I understand that you don't like me. It's like, I want to get drunk. I need to get drunk. Oh, getting drunk didn't help.
Why am I still drunk? Like 2 days later.
I think that's the like the way that you've constructed the dialogue is actually really, really impressive, because it very much illustrates, because there's with Pepe there's a clear differential in age.
Well, he's scared. He's scared for Fox, and Obi-Wan he's hoping for Anakin. He's not scared for Anakin. He's hoping for Anakin. He's like, I know that Anakin could do this. Whereas Pepe is like, I don't want him to die. Like, if he dies, I'll be really upset. I don't want that to happen.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I noticed about this is kind of there's definitely a feeling of age differential between Obi-Wan and Pepe, where Pepe feels significantly older than Obi-Wan.
I mean, I will agree, but I will say that also I think Obi-Wan looks to Pepe and is like, like I should take you seriously because I am kind of you in this situation. Am I wrong by feeling that way?
No, I think that you're correct. I kind of but that's kind of why I think it's great, is because there's kind of a differential, like they're both kind of in like kind of a parental mentor role, but I like that you differentiated them, where it's almost like Pepe kind of feels a little bit more like kind of a father or grandfather even type, whereas Obi-Wan's kind of more like a kind of an older, a significantly older brother to Anakin. But there's that.
It's almost like Pepe is like, I believe in everything that he said. I wouldn't have believed it when I was your age, but I believe it now. His dad is gone, but he hears him, and I believe that he hears him. And then Obi-Wan's like, that sounds like the Force talking. And then he's like, well, then whatever the Force is, then tell him that he's right, because fuck, I don't know what to do.
That's great. I love that. That's smart. Where it's
that's kind of part of the story, is like Pepe doesn't believe in ghosts and shit, but he's like, he absolutely believes that Star Fox, his ward, heard his dad calling for him at the end of the Star Fox 64, which is like that's where this whole like the story is.
That's genius. I like you kind of like picking up from actual canon.
Absolutely. What do you think I'm doing? What do you think I'm just making it Star Fox? No, I know Star Fox. I love Star Fox.
Yeah, this seems like was this something that you pitched, or was it something that I think it was something you pitched, because I
pitched it like 10 times, and Charles was finally like, well, if you got it, then do it. I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. It's a good episode, man. Like I even did like, okay, can you all right. Can you go back to the beginning?
Yep. Right here, right?
Yeah, just play it.
100 slain beasts. No heat signatures, no communications. Only the cold shimmer of warped metal slowly rotating in the gaze of a dying red sun. 2 starfighters coast through the wreckage. Sleek Delta-winged interceptors marked with the insignia of the Republic. Anakin Skywalker's
the music was done by you too, right?
This doesn't look like any separatist tech I've ever seen. You? No. And I'd like to know what kind of battle ends with transmissions, no survivors, and hull designs that...
Sure. Let me...
don't match any known Navy.
Their scanners whine. It isn't proximity alert, but a low, pulsing rhythm, faint and mechanical, like a heartbeat beneath static.
There. Center of the debris ring.
At the epicenter, half buried in mangled plating and scorched armor, lies a large, dormant object. spherical at its core, surrounded by twisted joint arms and 3 long stabilizing pylons, like an insect cocoon built from battleship parts. Blue lights pulse through its seams.
Should we get closer? We're already too close.
The pulse intensifies. Then it wakes. The entire wreck shifts. Plates slide. Pistons hiss. What looks like debris unfurls. The dormant cocoon splits open, revealing a massive battle platform with jointed limbs mounted on plasma coils and a central head.
The electronic synth is
its
great.
face a single rotating lens ringed with searing red light. Targeting systems activate with a stuttered shriek.
What do we have here? Lost little gnats buzzing through my scrapyard.
Before either Jedi can respond, the platform ignites its main thrusters.
It seems like you had a lot of fun
its arms unfold
a bunch of southern
turrets pivot from its undercarriage, unleashing overlapping beams of electric fire.
I do a good job.
Anakin banks hard, spiraling between shredded hulls.
Guess that answers that.
Obi-Wan dives under a cluster of spinning debris. One of the machine's arms punches through a rusted frigate, sending chunks of armor tumbling toward his nose.
Suggestions, Anakin? Survive, then improvise.
The war machine surges forward, snapping through wreckage like scaffolding. It launches a spread of homing charges, glowing spheres that scatter before snapping inward like claws. Anakin loops upward, baiting 3 into a collision against a ruined destroyer's spine. Obi-Wan fires twin laser bursts into the machine's side. The bolts scorch its armor but leave no real damage. The machine tracks him with brutal precision.
Oh, I like the fast one. You gonna dance, little ship? Let's see you dodge this.
Its core rotates and glows. The charge builds in the
And you
chest.
even put
a wide
the
beam
sound system
plasma
in. The
shot
sound
fires,
system is
narrowly
very,
missing
very well
Obi-Wan.
done.
The
It
heat
feels
warping
cinematic.
his shields.
I can't find a weakness.
Suddenly, a new sound cuts through the static. A tight formation of unfamiliar fighters streaking into view from the upper atmosphere. Blue contrails trailing behind them in unison. 4 ships, sleek, angular, each with a glowing circular engine core and forward-mounted cannons. Fast, aggressive. R-wings. One peels off and opens fire. Sharp, precise bursts that strike a joint in the machine's leg.
Focus fire on the rear joints. Disable the stabilizers.
Pay attention.
The rest follow, sweeping at different vectors. A second pilot breaks formation and loops beneath the war machine, loosening the volume of its underside.
He's got a thermal core vent near the back. One hit should rupture containment. Don't get cocky, Falco. Let the targeting system finish his lock.
Wait! He's deploying more mines. Watch out. Those things will track your heat.
The enemy platform swivels, trying to track them, but the new arrivals are too fast.
It's
In
Star
seconds,
Fox. They're
they
here.
coordinate a flanking
Why are
attack.
you looking
One draws
away?
fire, another strikes the exposed vent with pinpoint precision. The vent explodes. Steam and plasma erupt from the machine's flank. Anakin takes the cue. He surges forward and fires twin torpedoes into the vent just as it pulses. They strike true. A deep rupture follows. The machine staggers. The central eye lens flares red.
What? My vent? You little pests. I just had that tuned.
Another pair of ships strike from above, and the final blast sends the entire construct convulsing. The red light flickers, then fades, and the platform collapses into itself, its frame warping, cracking, and finally...
No! This isn't over. You hear me?
The debris begins to settle once more. Anakin's ship slows. Obi-Wan loops around, keeping distance. The formation of unknown ships falls into a loose V-shape. Not hostile, but clearly disciplined. One of them drifts close to Anakin's flank. The channel opens. The voice is calm.
You're lucky we picked up the interference when we did. That thing wasn't meant to be active.
You are?
Lord Inquisitor
We're
Dunn
tracking
write
someone.
this episode,
A
'cause he
scientist.
wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention.
Dangerous.
Yeah,
You
no, I
crossed
like
his
it.
trail.
Son of a bitch.
Maybe best if we talk in person.
No, I like it. Don't worry.
Your ship or ours?
Before Anakin can answer, something massive shifts behind the wreckage. A ship. The smooth, angular hull glides into view, parting drifting debris like mist. Its forward section is shaped like a giant bird in flight, flanked by docking bays and heavy gun batteries that stay still, silent but alert. Thrusters burn low beneath its keel. The plating is unfamiliar. No Republic markings, no separatist signatures. The Great Fox emerges fully, trailing scratches from its atmospheric descent,
Are you
but
hearing
otherwise
the Great
pristine.
Fox music?
Its lights
Yeah,
scan
I
the
like the Star
battlefield with
Fox
quiet efficiency. Obi-Wan narrows his
You know,
gaze.
it gives it a really good
Well,
identity, honestly.
That's no pirate frigate.
Anakin tilts
No
his head
pirate
slightly,
frigate.
eyeing the flagship with interest more than concern.
Looks like we just made some very interesting new friends.
Looks like we just made some very interesting new
A door hisses open. Anakin and Obi-Wan
That's
step
me.
into the briefing
I do
chamber
all the
of Great
voices. I don't know
Fox,
if you
a
guys-
wide, angular room of polished steel and soft blue light. The walls are lined with tactical hollow panels
We don't-
and star
we don't have to
charts
do this.
rendering
You know,
Yeah. That's great.
I thought
I
that
like
you didn't
this.
like it, but you didn't like
No,
it.
I do like it. It's
You were typing away on your phone the whole time. What the fuck are you talking about?
sorry.
You didn't even listen to him being like, "Oh well," like that's all he wanted to show you was the guy getting blown up. Jesus.
No, I think that. No, I saw that. Yeah. No, I saw that bit.
Yeah, I heard it in my
Yeah.
left ear while I was typing with my right ear.
I multitask all the time. I listen to Castle while I watch Castle while
Multitasking doesn't mean that you multi-absorb. You know, like multi-absorption is another skill that I don't think you have.
maybe.
All right. Well, we did have a good time about my
Yeah.
fucking Predator scripts. Did you
Yeah.
like the end when Mace Windu got really fucked up and like he saw
I
everyone
love-
dying around him and he was like, "Oh my god!" Like
That's a powerful twisting the knife moment. Honestly, I love that.
I didn't know what to do because I had already established that Quinlan Voss was the main character at one point, and then by the end I was like, oh, he died. I blew him up. I dusted. He literally got turned into ash. It was like, oh, okay, well, I guess Mace Windu has to look up at Palpatine as Palpatine is like, well, it's time to fuck up the whole universe, and he's like, what the heck? And that's right. Yeah.
And then
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I like it because it's very much a victory moment.
It's
Palpatine.
like almost like a flawless victory. Flawless
Yeah.
victory.
Flawless
Yeah.
victory. But yeah, I think that you did an excellent job, and I think that both of these kind of showcase your individual strengths. Where Predator is very much the Predator one, it's very much about atmosphere. It's very much about like just the action and the story and the isolated claustrophobia being on in this jungle planet with the predators.
Yeah.
Whereas there's more dialogue focus and really showcases your skills there, on top of the action and the prose, where there's a slightly different writing style to it, which I think is really great.
I think I can write anything, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I agree. It's just that they showcase different aspects of your strengths as a writer.
Yeah. We love a good Predator. We love a good Predator script. We also love a good Star Fox script.
Yeah. All right. Alrighty. I gotta conserve my stream hours.
Oh right, yeah. Oh god, how many hours did we go? 2.
Just
two is not too bad.
Yeah, two's good. Yeah, I don't know how long my solo commentary is gonna go. I've got a lot to say about that episode, but it'll be I'll be at that for a while.
You're gonna talk about it on your own without me?
Well, basically, I'm gonna do a twofer. Because otherwise, I'm gonna be talking for hours and hours and hours. I'm gonna be talking for hours, and my thought is that I do a solo commentary with me, and then I do a second commentary with. Well, actually, I'm gonna be doing 3 commentaries total on that because
on that episode that we just did.
On the Damon and Ray Royce.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a lot to talk about with it, and I want to like kind of, because I remember how like a lot of my talking on the Tyrion and John road trip kind of like was in,
Yeah. No, I get it. I understand.
I kind of want to isolate this one because I know I'm gonna talk for even longer because I actually put like a lot of like setups, payoffs, like little bits of individual nuance. Because what I wanted to do with that one is make it so that it's an episode where you can watch it over and over again, and you can pick out new things each time that kind of set up the payoffs at the end. Where it's because very much I wanted to be ambiguous for the first half, but then I wanted to put it in more clarity that no, this guy's actually legitimately schizophrenic. He is insane. Like he's not like his brain does not work rationally.
Okay.
And as well as like little character stuff. And usually I don't get the time to do something like that. But with this one, I was able to put a lot more time into it than I normally get.
All right. Well, yeah, whatever you say, man.
I guess we probably should do the John going to Valeria one, since that's your favorite, and I'll kind of like let you kind of talk a lot. I'll be interested to see your thoughts because you that's your favorite one from what I recall.
I think it is. Yeah, I didn't like the second part as much, but like that's like watching The Mummy and then watching The Mummy 2 is like how I feel about it. You know.
Well,
The Mummy 2 wasn't as good. Well, you know what the fuck? Yeah. The Mummy 2, it's like everyone's like, we have to take over The Mummy 1. I'm like, no, The Mummy 1 was good. The Mummy 1 was good. And everyone's like, but now it's The Mummy 2. I'm like, oh, God. Okay, fucking hell.
Yeah, I feel that. I kind of feel a similar. I kind of like The Mummy 2 and The Mummy 1 kind of equally, personally.
That's why your story felt the exact same as Mummy 1 versus Mummy 2.
Interesting. I kind of was thinking just let's do Swiss Family Robinson in
Star Wars.
In
why don't you want to do a Star Wars? What the fuck's wrong with you? You know that everything you do is just Star Wars, but like with people being like, oh, we're all incested. We're too incesty to be able to do. You can just talk about Star Wars. Why are you gonna get so bent out of shape about it?
Because I don't really like Star Wars that much.
Yeah, but the only reason you like Game of Thrones is because you want to fuck your sister, you pervert. I'm just kidding. I was just joking, guys.
It's obvious that he does. My girlfriend is obviously not my sister.
What? It isn't? I thought that you said that multiple. Every time I met her, you were like, "This is my sister." Wait, was I wrong?
Well, I'm just thinking like
okay.
Well, it would be very
everyone.
interesting.
It's not a sister. I was just joking.
Well, I'm just thinking since my girlfriend is originally from Nigeria, that would be really interesting.
And you're like, wait a minute, I am also originally from Nigeria, technically. Oh my gosh, she is my sister.
That requires such a convolution of writing that I really just want to.
But it's also funny to say.
Yeah, that's why it's funny. But yeah.
All right. We don't think that you and your sister are getting married.
Yeah, that would be weird.
But I will be the MC at your wedding if you want it.
I will pay for your plane ticket to come down to my wedding. I think
Are you actually getting married? I will come. I'll do it if you want to.
I want to get married sometime. I want to get married to her sometime next year. That's the plan. I'm
gonna be an MC in 1 month. I was also the officiate at my sister's wedding last year, and the year before that, I was an MC. I am like I'm a pretty good wedding person.
Yeah, you seem like you're a great personality to host, honestly.
Yeah, if I was to go to your wedding where I didn't know anybody, it would be great. I'd be like, hey everyone, I don't know any of you, so how the hell are you?
Yeah, you can give the I know half of you half as well as I should like, and I know less than half of you half it, and I like
half
less
as
than
well
half
as
of
you
I
deserve.
should like.
Yeah. Yeah. I could do a Bilbo Baggins. Yeah, I could pull a Bilbo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, if you actually need it, just let me know. You know, I'll come. If you're gonna pay for me to come down, then yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll save. Yeah, I'll dip into my savings. I'll put it into the budget. I should say, hey, Steven coming down. On piece of the budget. Okay, well let's get that done, and next time me and Boba talk, it'll be with the Damon and Ray Royce. That's going to be. I want to do that for the next bit because I feel like it's some of my best bit of writing. I feel like I can really expound on a lot of little writing techniques of foreshadowing, setups, and a lot of other stuff. And I'll be interested to have your take on it because, especially compared to the John and Valeria, because it'll be interesting to kind of compare and contrast our tastes on those.
Absolutely. And you know, next time that I want to have one of my shows talks about, I would love for anybody out there to know that I love the Star Wars, Star Trek, Star Fox that anybody could listen to, and we'll do that together as well next time. Is that okay?
Yeah, I want to do that one. Let's do that one, and we can really talk about that one because.
I want to do it, but I hate it. I hate it so much. I think I told you, like the editors. Remember when you're like, I have to put these images in my spank bank or whatever. I was like, what do you mean? And you're like, every time you put them in, they don't use them. But like that episode, the Star Fox episode, they really fucked it up so hard that I was like, everybody who watches this needs to close their eyes and just pretend like they're watching an internet video.
Yeah, I feel that because it was just so like I picked these images, I labeled them, and you used the wrong
labeled them. Yeah.
I was like, I labeled them, and you still screwed it up. How do you screw this up? It's not even that you picked a random internet image. You used an image that I provided. It's just the wrong label.
It's not good. Yeah.
Thankfully, they improved for part 2, which I was very pleased about. But yeah. Alrighty, cool. Well, let's call it good for today. Thank you, Boba, for coming. This was awesome. I honestly really want to do this with Three-Eyed Theorist. Like, just make this a regular thing on the channel. Like,
well, I mean, we should do it not at it's almost 3 a.m. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm down to do it at any time. I'm pretty flexible. I don't have a day job, but besides this, so I'm pretty free. Honestly.
This is all you do?
Yeah. Yeah, and
me too. I shouldn't judge you. Like, this is what I do too.
Yeah, I'm living at home. I'm gonna try to find a part-time job soon, but I've just been I've been working on trying to get an app on the App Store. I just need to get a program.
Well, if you write for Star Wars and the other channels, then it could just be your regular job. You know that, right?
Maybe I don't.
Also, if you don't piss me off, I'm just joking.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you for watching us. It was very good, I think, right?
I would agree. Yeah, it was great. I like doing this, and I feel like this is a good exercise in atmospheric writing. I think that's a really good way of putting it. It's an atmospheric episode where
he looks like Leia Organa right now with those headphones.
Yeah, these are some big black headphones. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll call it good for today. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.